So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here live at round one of the Irish Drift Championship 2018. And as you might notice, I am on my own in the tower right now. That's because David Egan right now is on the start line in his 2015 Ford Mustang, ready to do a passenger ride, a mobile one passenger ride right now. So as you can see, Mustang RTR, previously piloted by the one and only Vaughan Gittin Jr. So we're hearing word from Dave off the start line that he does have a slipping clutch, so you might excuse his poor driving style. We can use that later on to give Dave some stick. But look at this, Dave Egan put on a good show so far. Supercharged 302 Boss motor underneath the bonnet of this 2015 Ford Mustang. So Dave Egan and the team here at IDC and Mobile One are giving you guys the opportunity to win an exclusive passenger ride within this Ford Mustang RTR. If you guys in the crowd or in attendance or watching on the live feed want to win the opportunity to get yourself a ride inside this car, want to keep your eyes on the Irish Drift Championship social media feeds, that's Instagram, Facebook, you will be offered the opportunity to win a passenger ride. And I do believe that is it from Dave Egan. I think he's had enough. I think the clutches took enough abuse there from many pilots in the past. So I am going to hand over to Dave Egan, who is now going to bring out our top 16 drivers. Mondello Park, are you ready for top 16? Dave, it's over to you.
They are not ready for a top 16 with a crowd cheer like that. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the first round of the craziest season of Irish Drift Championship driving in history. I'm not even going to have to get you hyped today. I know it's a little cold. Mondello, are you ready for a top 16? No. That was a last year cheer. That's kind of a, yeah, I'm kind of ready. I'm not sure. Should I be ready? We're going to try one big cheer. Everybody stand up in the grandstand. Everybody stand up. Now, I'll tell you what, I got my man Mike here with me, and Mike has a huge amount of free t-shirts to give away. Now, hold on. Who wants some free stuff? Who wants some free stuff? Now, hold on a minute. First of all, we got to make a decision on whether you're going to get free stuff or not. So the first thing you got to do is make a roar so loud that this entire grandstand shakes in its foundations. Count of three, Mondello. 3, 2, 1, make some noise! Okay, now the second part of this is, these boys are going to throw some t-shirts into the crowd, but they're only going to throw it to the wildest people in the grandstand. So, Mondello, make some noise! You get louder! Keep it going! We still got some more free stuff over here. Come on, guys. Guys, a big round of applause for Droney, Mike, and Neil. Give them a big round of applause. They're going to go back out on the track. I think we're warmed up now, right? We're warmed up. Who wants to send in the best 16 in the country? Mondello, make some noise. Let's get them 16 drivers down here. As we always say, they put their heart and soul into this. They come out here every single weekend to put their money, their time, at some stage their relationships on the line to be out here entertaining you. They have no insurance whatsoever. Every bumper costs them a week's wage. And they come out here to put on a show for you. You want some facts? Here's some facts. You got to be proud of these guys. In the last 5 years, we've won 5 European championships, 3 UK championships, and 1 world championship, all from this little mecca in Ireland. So make some noise for your top 16! This is the first round of the year. All these guys aiming for that championship place. And only 2 guys out of that top 16 have ever won this championship. It goes down for the next 2 hours here at Mondello Park. And all you guys at home, you're watching this for free. You don't even have to stand here in the cold like these legends. So I want you to hit that share button. Hit the share button at the bottom of your screen. Let's get the world watching the IDC today. Let's get the world watching drifting. Hit the share button, hit the like button. Led in by the Monster Energy truck. Guys, give it up for the Monster Energy crew as well. Free cans to everybody all day. Give them a big round of applause. Now, we got to introduce these 16 guys, and what that means, this grandstand, we need all of you to give them a big cheer as they announce their name. Pump them up for that top 16. Your first driver, he is undefeated this season so far. Won the first round of the British Drift Championship. Two-time Irish champion. Give it up for Dwayne McKeever. The forever underdog, back, keeping an A86 SR20 on the grid. He's here to do some damage this weekend. Give it up for Chris Brady. In the team dealt with Aura 32, aiming for that top spot in the championship after many years of trying. Give it up for Brian Egan. He is your current, undisputed, defending Irish Drift champion. Give it up for Jack Shanahan. The man who's made more use of Wisefab than anyone else on the planet. He is Mark McBackwards, because that's how much angles he throws. Give it up for another underdog, Mark McBurney. We are sending out an SOS because we need a new champion this year, and this man might just do it. After years of trying, he's back on this grid to take home what he never has before, and that's an IDC win. Give it up for Japspeed's Shane O'Sullivan. Coming all the way. Now, this man has never felt the roar of a Mondello grandstand. He's a Pro-Am driver. He's taken it all the way to the top 16 in his first event. Guys, show some love for Chris Burnett. With two insane qualifying runs, a man aiming for that championship this year. Representing Team Drift Games, give it up for Mikey Fitz. Back with twice the horsepower he had last year and twice the amount of sunglasses. He is the man on a mission today. The BMW Turbo M3, give it up for Paul McCarthy. He makes all those virtual representations, and you know a lot of guys sit behind these simulators, but this guy comes out here for real and makes it happen. And representing the Pro Drift Academy, give it for Alan Hines. Representing Mobile 1 this year, and he is back to his best. After mechanical difficulties, he's back on this grid to take some names. Get it for Michael Megan. Now, grandstand, we need a special cheer for this man, because how far have you traveled today? But I can guarantee you haven't traveled as far as this man has, flying 6 times a year to Ireland to compete here. Will you give a huge Irish welcome from the man, the Thunder from down under, Mitch Larner. You know what? I've often shipped my car from China to Ireland to compete in events myself. And no one has ever done that. He's brought this car all the way across the world to put it on show today. Give it up for Monster Energy, Steve Bagsy Biaggioni! The loudest, most obnoxious and brightest colored Corolla I've ever seen. He is back where he belongs at the top 16 grid. Give it up for the V8 power of Adrian Walsh! Next up, he is the youngest competitor on the grid at just 14 years of age and making name for himself all over the world. Representing Link Engine Management Westlake Tires, give it for Connor Shanahan! And last but certainly not least, in a brand new build and a brand new time to be a new star in Irish drifting, first ever top 16, give it up for Danny O'Callaghan! So, we got 16 guys. We got a relatively dry track. We got a packed Mondello grandstand, and we've got the scene set for one of the greatest starts to a season in the history, the 15-year history of this sport. From the bottom of our hearts, we want to thank every single one of you who've made the trip here today to the Irish Drift Championship. You make this possible. You make everything we do possible. We'd also like to thank all of our sponsors who've come on board to help us make this possible. I think it's about time. There's a lot of drift championships in the world. It's about time that we showed everybody from the world why it's better to just be Irish. Because we don't care as much about being stupid in the grandstand. We're going to cheer, we're going to go crazy, we're going to make a lot of noise. But I need one cheer from you guys that's going to just deafen these guys. Deafen them. So I mean, stomp the feet, clap your hands, uncross your hands. I want something that we remember, that we go home in the car this evening and we say, you remember that cheer? He's ready, okay? He's now, anytime outside of this event, do not be like that man. But today, we are saying, be like him. Mondello, make some noise! As this is our national championship, I'd invite everybody here to please rise for our national anthem. And at the end, don't be afraid to go absolutely bananas, okay? We may have an issue with the national anthem right now. We're going to acknowledge it. Anyone want to sing it? No? That guy wants to sing it. Okay. You're a last resort. Okay. I mean, I left it perfectly, like just press play. But you know, they're from Carlow and Cork, so they got the sticks hitting the laptop right now. I'm gonna have to sing it now.
Whenever you're ready there, lads. Everybody stand up, don't say it. Good save.
Stay standing for one moment. We need one more favor from you guys. 16 guys, they're going to war. Before they start their engines, stay where you are. One huge cheer, the loudest of the day. This has to be the loudest. Every single person here, I'm watching you guys at the back being lazy. On the count of 3, I want every single person here to absolutely scream. 3, 2, 1, Mondello, make some noise! Well, it's time for me to go back in that tower and tell you what's going down. Gentlemen, if you would, please break all of the noise regulations in Mondello Park and start your engines! Back to you, Ian.
So Dave, that is it. Top 16 are ready to go, and as you can see, these guys are fired up and ready for action. First battle of the day, ready to get underway, will be Dwayne McKeever to take on Chris Brady in that little SR20 power Toyota Corolla 8086. Moving along from there on, it will be Brad McCarthy, Steve Banksy Biagioni to take on Mike Lana, Alan Hines to take on Michael Megan, Mark McBurney to take on Adrian Walsh, and Connor Shanahan to take on Danny O'Callaghan. What a top 16 is going to be. Of course, none of this is possible without our sponsors, Zestino Tyres, Samco Sports, Simpson, M-Tech Brakes, VP Racing Fuels, MixGarage.com, Monster Energy, Link ECU, Mobile One, Brian James Shailers, and Group D. Without those guys, none of this possible, and for you guys at home watching the live feed, not possible at all. Don't forget those tickets for the next round available at 9 AM in the morning on the IDC website. Don't forget to get on there, Dunleary, and not to be missed. Just 2,000 limited tickets are ready to go. The atmosphere there last year, absolutely phenomenal. Unbelievable event, unbelievable settings, and like Dave says, the final time now that you will be able to go and see Irish drifting at Dunleary before it is completely changed forever. So we are ready to go to the start line, and Dave is joining me back in the tower.
Thanks, Ian. A little out of breath there from running back to the tower. It's a little further distance than I remember. Maybe I'm getting older. But what a crowd we got here today. Man, everyone's live. We're ready to go. First off the bat, Dwayne McKeever, Chris Brady. And Chris Brady saying some changes made in this car has made it 10 times better than it was. I was talking to down the grid. He said he feels more confident than ever. He knows Dwayne McKeever a long time. Yeah. He knows if you take down Dwayne McKeever, you just made a name for yourself.
Yeah, 100%. You know, Dwayne McKeever, the Northern Smoke Machine, someone that you know, every driver wants to beat Dwayne McKeever. He is the guy, unbeaten so far in this season, this new season, undefeated in the UK. They're off the line, David.
Yeah,
Dwayne
we're
McKeever.
Good to go. McKeever lead him in. Grandstand, are you ready? Here we go. Hop over the hill, through the gears, and over 70 miles there. Look at the entry from McKeever.
Big flame. Look at Brady. Oh! Brady grabbing understeer, cannot carry the pace that McKeever threw down. It just goes to show you how fast Dwayne McKeever can put that car on circuit. And McKeever nailing that car to the wall and finishing off a run. What a shame for Chris Brady there.
You know what, I think it's happening quite a lot, especially when guys come up against the higher ranked drivers. They dial so much grip into the car to try and stay with them, knowing he's only got about 200 or 300 horsepower less than him. So as he came through, you can see understeer straight away, all four wheels gone, and McKeever is up and gone.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you can't give McKeever an opportunity at all, and especially for Chris Brady there, dropping four wheels and not a good move. So all to play for in the second half of this battle. Can Brady overturn a 10-0 deficit against someone like Dwayne McKeever? Going to be very, very hard.
Yeah, it's an uphill battle now, but to be honest with you, Brady, look, he's probably saying to himself, I either go in hot or Dwayne's gone anyway. Yeah. So I have to throw caution to the wind, and he did. Didn't work out on that occasion, but from McKeever's point of view, now he sits in the chase position saying, okay, I can hold back here because I've got a 10-0, which is what the clever person would do. But then it's Dwayne McKeever, and he says, yeah, but there's a lot of people watching this now, and I think they want to kick this top 16 off with a bit of door-to-door action. So don't be surprised to see Dwayne McKeever on the door here for absolutely no reason at all.
For no reason at all. Off the line, Chris Brady now to leading Dwayne McKeever. Place in the Great 8, up for grabs, and McKeever firing it in. Look at this, Dave. McKeever not giving Brady an inch. Brady on a good line, makes it through clipping point 3 this time. Now McKeever starts to get that proximity on Link ECU corner, giving Brady some room to breathe though as they transition onto the wall. McKeever knows that he's got this one in the bag. He's just going to play this out. A safe run to Great 8.
Yeah, I think that's an easy one for everyone here, whether you're a judge or not, or you're a couch judge, as I call them people. It's a pretty obvious one there. Unfortunately for Brady, you can't make mistakes like that at this level and expect, you know, to be still in the competition. But Grandstand, you're still hyped. Give it up for Dwayne McKeever and Chris Brady. Decisions dropping in now, I'm sure, very quickly from the judges. Not a huge amount there to... Guys, give him a round of applause. Slide him left for Chris Brady. Slide him right for Dwayne McKeever, who's going to the top 8. No question at all. It is unanimous. Dwayne McKeever marches on, undefeated this season, goes through to the top 8. And you know what? He didn't have a whole lot to do there. Ian could just have stayed as close as he could. And you know what? He even was probably closer than he needed to be. Yeah,
exactly. You know what? Dwayne McKeever there just played that one out very, very easily. And yeah, Chris Brady making all the mistakes. So we move it along to the next battle on the line, Dave, and that will be Brian Egan to take on Jack Shanahan.
Yeah, I spoke to Brian Egan in the pits, and he said, you know, it's always, you go up against the previous champion, you're like, bad draw. And he said last year he got a lot of these with Dwayne McKeefer and Jack Shannon, but he said he thinks his car is running better than it's ever ran before. And I can guarantee you, he said, look, if you're looking at a championship, Brian Egan's coming back here, so I want to win a championship. You beat Jack Shanahan at round 1, then that's a big statement for the championship. So he knows this is almost like a final of the final round here. He goes in as the underdog against Jack Shannon, who is the current champion. Jack struggling a little bit today with some of the grip issues on that car. This might be the best time for Brian Egan to try and throw it in, but he is actually the higher qualifier, which is very unusual for Jack Shannon. So he's got to come from behind in this one, and he's got to pin it to Brian Egan's dealt with R32 from the start.
Exactly, not a good place for Jack to be right now. And you know what, I spoke to Jack in the break earlier, and he said he's not feeling confident. He's not feeling how he felt at the end of last season.
Yeah, you very rarely, and of course you're changing things on the car. It's the first day out for the car. Things can be like that, and Brian Egan's going, you know what, this could be my time, but I got to be perfect. This is going to be a hell of a battle.
Yeah, I mean, listen, do you know what, for me, if Brian Egan gets this nailed, he could win this battle and find himself in the Grade 8. They're off the line. It's Brian Egan to lead in, Jack Shanahan for a spot in Grade 8. What are we going to see? Look at Jack Shanahan right at the back of that Delta with R32. Fires it in, but look at Brian Egan. Brian Egan throwing everything he's got at him right now, and Jack Shanahan on an early transition drops down offline.
Shanahan now starts to make the move, getting onto the back bumper of the Delta with R32. Can he dive into that last corner? Look at this, not really catching up with Brian Egan there on a little bit too much angle there. Not what you would expect from the first run.
No, a big wobble there from Jack Shanahan as he transitioned out clipping point 7, Dave. Very sketchy looking Jack Shanahan right there. Look at this, good initiation, gives Egan some room there. Egan on an absolutely flying line right now. Look at that transition, Dave. Transitions in the middle of the circuit, doesn't get out to clipping point 4, makes the dive on Link ECU corner.
Yeah, and I think watch the over rotation from Jack Shannon towards the wall as well. Just kind of goes on a little bit too much angle there, keeps it going. Of course, Jack, one of the most talented drivers we've ever produced from the country, so even if the car is not working, he can work around it to a certain extent. But you know what, he's left a real, I mean, we would expect when this gets Jack Shanahan will get the win. That's kind of what I keep saying all the time. We said it nearly all the time last year. But right now, Brian Egan, he's in the chase position. He's dictating this battle. His spotters have been saying, look, you might be okay here. You've got to go for it. You've got to put it on the door of Jack Shanahan's car from the off. You cannot let him get away.
So right about now we have on the line Brian Egan now to chase down Jack Shanahan. Place in the Grade 8, it is go. Look at Brian Egan side by side with Jack Shanahan. Oh, Brian Egan
puts in a hell of a chase, and look at this!
Brian Egan destroys the front bumper on that Delta with 32. Look at Brian Egan, Dave!
He is all over Jack Shanahan here, pinning him around the Link ECU corner. He's just contact!
Whoa. Egan gets himself caught up in the mix. Egan keeps himself caught up in the mix, and it's a red flag. We shut it down.
Yeah, I think, you know what, they actually cancelled the run for the debris that's on the track from Brian Egan's front bumper, which was absolutely disintegrated on the first corner. He may have thrown that away and given Jack Shanahan a get out of jail card there.
Brian Egan, wow, look at this chase run, absolutely nails it. Big error there as he drops a wheel on clipping point 2, but look at that transition all over the side of that Link ECU Trace tyres S14 to Jack Shanahan's, but look, gets himself caught up. Shanahan transitions very early though into clipping point 6. Is Jack slightly offline? I'm not a judge.
Yeah, that's what the judges are going to look for. Did Shanahan transition in the right part of the track and leave Egan enough room to transition? It definitely looked like, you know, the cars come back battered and bruised. All brand new yesterday.
Brand new car.
The back end of Shanahan's car destroyed. The front end of Brian Egan's car destroyed. Guys, give it up for Brian Egan and Jack Shanahan. Hell of a run from both of these guys there. Brian Egan shakes his head in dismay and says, "I just crashed into the back." He's almost judging himself there.
Yeah. So judges wanting to see another replay of this, Dave. Not an easy call to make. Look at Brian Egan.
That is an entry. And look at the front bumper, and it's gone.
Brian Egan's like brand new aero, canards. So let's just destroy that in the name of getting on the door of the 2017 champ. Unbelievable chase driver.
Yeah, he left half of all the work that they put into that car at O'Neill Auto Body on the middle of the first corner.
All that candy paint, all that metal flake, just ruined.
It's definitely flaked all over the track at this stage. Now look, he obviously jumps in, drops a wheel, stays with Shanahan. Gets to the door now. This is where they're going to analyze Shanahan's transition here to see if that was the reason. And it looks like Brian Egan was too aggressive to me. That's,
yeah,
I mean, I'm not a judge, but for me it looked like he just got pinned on the inside of the course.
So it looks like our judges do have a decision, Dave. They're just going to input
Yeah,
there.
as you can see, look, the classic
The
I
classic
hit you, you
hand,
spun around. Yeah, this is where we're trying to translate the classic drift hand movements.
Hand movements.
Let's see if we've got a decision. Will it be Shanahan? Will it be Egan? Judges taking a little while to deliberate it. So, wait for the scores drop in. There we have it. Slide him left for Jack Shanahan, right for Brian Egan. And there you have it. It's Jack Shanahan goes through to the top 8. Jack Shanahan gets the win. And it looked at times there to be very, very close. Guys, just to have a quick one, I presume obviously you judging Brian to be too aggressive there and getting knocked off track.
Dave, unfortunately, it's a bit of a pity for Brian. He was just a little bit too aggressive on his chase. He hadn't allowed enough room for Jack to transition back. Jack transitions back, clips the front of Brian, just puts him off of the track. So unfortunately, Brian just a little bit over aggressive there. Up until then, it was looking like a master run.
Yeah, I think he'll be kicking himself for that. He was right in the mix there.
Yeah.
Now, here's another big battle. Shane O'Sullivan, he goes in here as the favorite, but Chris Burnett, the way he's driving today, he has been on fire.
Yeah, I mean, Chris Burnett right now, like you say, recently progressed through from that Pro-Am class. And you know what? It doesn't look out of place in Pro right now. He is absolutely nailed.
And I've mentioned this so many times, Ian, once the car goes for him, it was always a car issue. Now he goes up against one of the most experienced drivers, an ex-British champion in the Jap Speed S15. Could Burnett make a big upset happen here?
We're about to find out, Dave. Shane O'Sullivan fires his Jap Speed S15 in on Max's tyres as Chris Burnett sticks with him. Absolutely perfect transition. Both guys door to door as they transition. And a little bit of separation now as Sully starts to step on the accelerator. What has Burnett got? Can he make up that lost ground? Oh, shallow, but he makes a dive as he pushes Sully all the way across the line. Absolutely phenomenal there from Chris Burnett.
Burnett's in the game there. Caught right up with the veteran as they came around that last corner. Very impressive stuff from Chris Burnett, and the speed and aggression they're coming into that first corner. I cannot reiterate it enough. You have to start up on that hill looking down at the grandstand to understand how scary that corner is. I just did a run there and I nearly cried a little bit because it's that scary. Because you come in over that hill, you can see nothing. You initiate, then it all happens. So to come in behind another car, all you can see is their rear quarter. Everything else is irrelevant to you. Just aiming for that car. Insane stuff from both of those guys coming in at that speed and that aggression, and those flick entries coming in over the bridge.
And door to door. Like door on door it's just unbelievable.
Insane. And I think Burnett's well in this, scoring highly. Shane O'Sullivan's going to have to do something here. He's going to have to go close. He's going to have to be aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, Sullivan really, listen, he's got a lot of experience, Dave. Yet to, you know, to really prove himself.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Before we get to this, I'm just reading this right. Our top 8 battle is Dwayne McKeever and Jack Shanahan.
Yeah, for a place in
the championship's in the air already. So one of them is going to eliminate each other in the top 8. Shanahan and McKeever is in the top 8.
Yeah.
So one's going home.
One of them is going home.
Only one can be on the podium. Crazy. What a start to the season. Shane O'Sullivan now in the chase position. Chris Burnett in the lead. Burnett's confident here. He's been solid all day. Shane O'Sullivan's got to make the move.
He's got to make the move, and Burnett looks very, very good in that lead position. What has Sully got? Sully tagging on the back end of that 180SX as they fire it in. Chris Burnett looking very strong, but look at this, Shane O'Sullivan.
Almost contact, and he gets away with it. Look at O'Sullivan!
Big aggression from O'Sullivan, pushing right up on the door of that 180 as they transition again onto the wall. Now Sully needs to get back on the door again. He keeps making this dive, and it keeps crucifying him.
Yeah, he's been, you know what, he's there though, and his proximity through link edge and management corner was exceptional.
Yeah.
Would that be enough to clinch it for Shane O'Sullivan, or did Burnett do enough over the 2 runs? I'm not going to call this one. That's right down the middle for me. As they come back towards you guys, give them a big round of applause for your new pro, Chris Burnett and Shane O'Sullivan. They're going to wait for their result from the judges. Slide him left for Burnett, right for O'Sullivan. Who's going through to the top 8? There you have it. Shane O'Sullivan gets the win and goes through to the top 8. McKeever, Shanahan, O'Sullivan, business as usual.
This is just like...
it's stacking up. Guys, talk us through it. Burnett doing a good job, but not enough.
Yeah, two absolutely fantastic runs there by both drivers, and very, very similar. The only thing it really comes down to is Shane O'Sullivan's aggression. He was absolutely on his door, and it was a very, very impressive dive that Shane did while maintaining his line coming into Link ECU corner, and he maintained that proximity all the way throughout. He only ended up with a small advantage to take the win, but it was just enough to seal the deal.
Yeah, you got to get out that door through Link ECU corner. That's what the judges are saying. That's where you make the dive, and that's where it's won and lost. Next up, here's a big one. Mikey Fitz and Paul McCarthy. Two guys now running similar horsepower. Paul McCarthy was 150 horsepower behind last year. Now he's 50 horsepower up. Steam already coming from Paul McCarthy's car. But Mike Fitz putting in the 2 qualifying runs of his career earlier on today. Paul McCarthy taking down Oliver Evans. The confidence is high with both of these young guns trying to get that championship. And with the stack of McKeever and Shanahan on one side, this is their chance. Who's going to take it? Fitz to lead in McCarthy.
Look at McCarthy! Whoa! Paul McCarthy all over the back end of that Drift Games RX-7, and look at McCarthy on transition. Unbelievable. Mikey Fitz on that perfect lead line as he's been laying down all day. Paul McCarthy gives Fitz some room, now starts to make the dive again as he squeezes the accelerator and starts to push on the side of Fitz's car. Ladies and gentlemen, what a run.
I mean, look at McCarthy's entry on the back bumper. That's 70 miles an hour, ladies and gentlemen, and he is inches. Now, on the transition, hesitates a little bit, but does go through the clipping zone just about. Fitz, though, that lead run all day has been exceptional.
Yeah, just phenomenal lead run. You know what, and it opened the door for Paul McCarthy to give a perfect chase run.
I mean, Paul McCarthy, he always needed that little extra power. Now he's got a usable extra power. That is insane. I mean, this is top 16 stuff, and it's feeling like a final.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing what Mikey Fitz has got in the bag here, because he'll know. His spotter, Darren McNamara, has been on the radio and said, Mike, he was there all the way.
Yeah.
You're going to have to do something special. And they're going to say to him, Mike, how much do you want it? I mean, they live the sport, but right now, you got to go for it. You got to go and beat him. You got to take it to the door. You can't let him get away. McCarthy seems to have a hell of a lot of grip in that BMW. He says he even wants more grip in it to make it more competitive. I mean, here we go. Look at Fitz jumping the line. That's what he needs to do. He is not letting McCarthy get away here.
No, look at this. McCarthy absolutely pedaling, but look. Oh, no.
What happened? Fitz, he just shut off. I have no idea what happened there. Fitz just shut off on initiation. Not quite sure what happened. He just hesitated or missed a gear.
Got to have been a mischief, Dave. Absolutely failed to initiate. Paul McCarthy sent the car in. Mikey Fitz now catches him up. But you know what? It looks like the deal's already done.
I mean, I'm not sure what happened. I'm hoping we can get a word with Mike Fitzgerald and ask him what exactly happened. He was right there with McCarthy and then just failed to initiate.
Look at this, bam, shuts it down. Doesn't, I mean, he drags the handbrake way after.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's so hasn't made an error all day. I mean, people watch drifting and go, yeah, drifting, but you can't make any mistakes.
No.
In any other motorsport, you can make a slight error and you can just recover. That's just one error, and I really thought this was going to be closer than it was. If it is,
yeah,
you know, it looks like it's going to fall McCarthy's way here. But Fitz will be happy with the progress on his end. The car is competitive, but we'd love to find out what happened.
Yeah.
I'm sure check out Mike Fitz's social media later on. He'll tell you exactly what happened. But is that the way it's going to fall when the judges put their scores in? Sliding left for McCarthy, right for Mike Fitz. Which way is it going to go? Who's going through to the top 8? There you have it. It's going to be the delay. Yeah, there you have it. Paul McCarthy gets the win and goes through to the top 8. Paul McCarthy marching on to the top 8 of the competition, and Mike Fitzgerald eliminated at that stage. I mean, it's an obvious one from the judges. Fitz shut down. You're not going to win the battle that way. So
yeah, I mean, listen, you failed to initiate behind someone like Paul McCarthy, that brand new car. You just, listen, he's going to drive away with it, and that's exactly what he done. Such an unfortunate end to the weekend there for Mikey Fitz. Been looking strong all weekend.
You know what? And you can look as strong as you want, but when it matters, in those couple of moments, that's when it all makes sense. And here we go. 2 international drivers against each other, both in V8 monsters. One supporting Monster Energy. Steve Biagioni from the UK takes on the Australian Mitch Larner in 2 of the most badass cars that have ever landed in Ireland. But they go up against each other, both trying to beat the Irish today. And you know what? We're going to have an international in the top 8. That's a guarantee. But who's it going to be? Will it be Bagsy? Will it be the Thunder from down under? Here comes the noise.
Yeah, here comes the noise indeed, Dave, as Bagsy leads out Mitch Lardner for a place in Grade 8. And Bagsy absolutely firing it. Lardner carrying good speed. Oh, and a transition from there for Lardner looked a little bit sketchy. But
look at Lardner!
Lardner all over Bagsy. Mitch Lardner absolutely right in the side of Bagsy's V8 S13. Bagsy on a very good line as he brings it across the wall.
Oh, now that's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. Two guys who have made a huge effort to be here this weekend in front of you. As they pass in front of you in the grandstand, give a huge round of applause to Bagsy and Mitch Lardner. They are ready for war.
Mitch Lardner is, look at the, Mitch Lardner pushing Bagsy.
Yeah, he's
around
just
the track.
pushing Bagsy up to the start line. That's what it's all about.
Look at this from Mitch Lardner. Unbelievable chase driving. Look at Mitch Lardner.
Look at him intimidating Bagsy on the way up. He's followed him all the way around the track.
Listen, I spoke to Bagsy earlier in the break and he said to me, do or die, I want the streak. I'm going to take Mitch Lardner down. It is on.
You know, I've never seen intimidation like that on the track before. He was pushing him back up to the start line. Bagsy's going, you know what?
I'm going to get him.
Forget you.
Yeah, I am going to
now
give
it's
it
my
to you
turn
right
to
now.
chase. Lardner's going to lead. Bagsy's going to chase. This
is a get your phone out moment.
Yeah, this is going to be carnage because there's a lot of animosity here on the line. And Bagsy's going for a look. Jumps Lardner on the line and he's going as fast as he can behind the Thunder from down under.
Oh, look at
this!
Bagsy! Whoa, Bagsy, big aggression from Bagsy as he fires it in. Can he stay with Lardner? Lardner, big angle. Bagsy, early transition. Lardner looking good and mobile on link ECU corner. Bagsy needs to get that proximity, and now he starts to make a dive.
Oh!
Bagsy all over Mitch Lardner. Unbelievable driving from both
That
of these
is
guys.
incredible.
Whoa.
Incredible driving from Mitch Lardner and Bagsy. That, I'm out of, what the hell was that?
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. You know what though? We've never had this before. We have never had this before where it was that good in a top 16 battle. Grandstand on your feet. Give it up for the traveling drivers. Give it up for Bagsy and Mitch Lardner. That's what it's all about. Grandstand on its feet. Ah, it's only the top 16 in. It's only someone's gonna have to get me a sedative.
That was insane. I'm losing my voice already. You know what?
We're not gonna have a voice at the end of this.
No, forget it.
We're gonna have to get Siri to finish
Look
this.
at that.
Guys, give it up for Lardner and Bagsy. But we have to find a winner. Is there a loser? There has to be. Judging decision. Slide him left for Lardner. Slide him right for Bagsy. It's a one more time.
Whoa.
We're going one more time.
Yeah, Mondello was ready for that.
Yeah.
The whole of Mondello was like, yes.
Wow. I don't know if I'm ready for it one more time. Guys, no separating them there. What was that? Judges, talk us through it. Insane stuff.
That was just the best battle that we've seen so far today. We're jumping around the tower here, so sorry for missing that. Both lead runs are absolutely fantastic, mirror image of each other. What I would note is that Bagsy over the 2 runs probably had a little bit more proximity overall and probably a little bit more of a cleaner of a chase. Mitch started off a little bit further back, but he immediately closed the door coming into link ECU corner, and without shortcutting stayed on the qualifying line and was absolutely all over Bagsy then for the rest of the run. Slight little hesitations here or there, especially coming past clipping point 8 on the second wall, but the aggression just made up for that in spades, so we thought we had to see that go one more time.
I don't know if that's the right decision. I don't think I'm able for it one more time. I don't think I'm able for it. Give us all a break, guys. We can't have excitement like that just right through it. Next up, what we're going to see from Alan Hines and Michael Megan. Alan Hines, his pro debut in the Pro Drift Academy S14, goes up against a returning to form Michael Megan.
Yeah, you know what, Michael Megan looking on form, but Alan Hines, Mr. Consistent this weekend, not put a foot wrong really. And in that Friday practice session that we witnessed, unbelievable chase driving, absolutely stuck it to the door of everybody on the grid. What's he got as Alan Hines leads in Michael Megan?
Little hesitation from Megan. They're letting the slower car away, but he's left them too far.
Yeah, this could be it for Michael Megan. He could have thrown it all away there on initiation as Alan Hines absolutely fires that Pro Drift Academy JZ powered S14 around that link ECU corner. Michael Megan now starting to reel it back in again. But look at this from Alan Hines. Alan Hines, super predictable, perfect lead line. Hey, listen, you just can't give a guy like Alan Hines an opportunity like that.
He's not making mistakes today. I was just thinking, Bagsy and Larner go back at it again. We still have Shanahan and McKeever in the top 8. And Shane O'Sullivan against Paul McCarthy. It's just stacking up to be one of those days here in Mondello Park. And right now, Alan Hines looks like he's got half the job done, in my opinion.
Yeah, listen, and like I said, his chase driving has been phenomenal. We know Megan's going to put down a very, very good lead run. Listen, this is going to be very, very exciting.
Yeah, a little spit of rain, you know, dropping on Mondello. Not enough to really wet the track, but it might be enough to make it greasy, and that could change things in the second half of this battling.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, listen, changing weather conditions at this part of the competition would just...
Yeah, I'm just watching the live stream here. All of the Australians can never understand when Mitch Larner loses. It's just, he has to win. And one more time?
He has to win.
Could be. Yeah, but right now we've got it one more time between those two guys. A little bit of rain. It looks like a short little shower, but it might be enough to change the conditions on the track. It's definitely putting enough water down now that the second run here will not be the same as the first. Who can hold their nerve now is the question. It's going to be greasy. When you have all that semi-slick tire down and then you put a splash of rain on it, it becomes like glass on that corner.
Listen, we see it earlier with Oliver Evans. It absolutely messed up his qualifying session.
And you know, it's a little, another, you know, move on the chessboard right now for this top 16. Anything can happen.
Yeah, unpredictable right now. Unpredictable. I mean, and look at the great 8. I mean, McKeever, Shanahan, Sully, McCarthy. We thought top 16 was good, but anyway, off the line, Michael Megan now to lead in Alan Hines. Alan Hines looked like he had half the job done as they fire it in. Oh, look at this. Changing weather conditions, and Megan falls off circuit.
Yeah, and Alan Hines held it back. Wow, for the rookie, what an experienced move that was. Hold back, let Megan make the mistake. He went by, made a clean overtake, and in the new rules here at IDC, that's a 10-0. If it's a legal overtake, it's a 10-0. That looked legal to me.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Michael Megan, he was all 4 wheels locked up, looked like he was going completely off circuit. And Alan Hines, just that guy looks like he's got years and years and years of experience under his belt.
Yeah, and the thing is, you can't doubt the fact that he you know, he's only 2.5 years in the sport. Yeah. You got to remember that, and he looks like he's a veteran, right, the way he's driving. So we got to make it official from our judges. It's for another spot in our top 8. Slide him left for Michael Megan, slide him right for Alan Hines. Is it the obvious decision? Let's see which way it goes. Our judges locking in those scores, and Kieran goes Alan Hines. Kevin goes Alan Hines. Alan Hines gets the win and goes through to the top 8 in his pro debut. We have a debutant in the top 8, and I mean, for everyone to see, Megan washes off the circuit completely. Alan Hines overtakes him 10-0, and that's all she wrote.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's no overturning that, and unfortunately for Michael Megan, you know, that little shower just come at the wrong time. So we look back to the start line.
Who's on the start line right now?
We should have the Bagsy, Alana.
No, we can't have this one again. This is all you know. I can't commentate on it. Maybe we're moving along to the next battle.
No, we're going again. No. Yeah, we're moving it along.
Oh, McBurney and Walsh. This is a good one. All the style versus all the torque. McBurney with that stylish SR20 style and that 180SX going up against the Corvette-powered Corolla of Adrian Walsh. This could go either way now. The way these guys are driving, both finishing up, as far as I can tell, on very good qualifying runs. Walsh won a battle. McBurney's already in the top 8. Let's see what happens. Look at Walsh!
Whoa, look at Adrian Walsh not giving McBurney any room there at all. And look at this. Mark McBurney on a very good qualifying line, qualifying 7th, getting himself inside.
Walsh is right there, though.
God, you know what? The dive from Walsh looked like there was going to be contact. Walsh had to back out of it ever so slightly as McBurney keeps the throttle down and drives away with it.
Oh, I mean, Walsh sort of had the aggression at times, but backed out coming out of Linky corner, and it let McBurney get a little run on him there. But Walsh so aggressive on the entry.
Look at the aggression. I mean, a massively aggressive. Kept in it here, but watch this. He sticks it on him, and it looks like he thinks that McBurney's going to shut it down, because McBurney kind of shallows out angle ever so slightly, so Walsh backs out, and it doesn't do him any favours.
No, I mean, McBurney, you kind of out at the start of the day, you say, well, he hasn't got the horsepower. Hey, about everybody's doing this and it's straight line drag racing and they've all this horsepower and wise power, whatever. You got to drive the car. Like, at the end of the day, the cars don't drive themselves. And if you've got the talent, no matter what car you're in, you can make it. You know, you look at Alan Hines, fairly humble setup, top 8. Paul McCarthy, home built car, not one thing done except mapping outside of his shed. and he's in the top 8.
Yeah.
And now we have McBurney, another home-built car, looking good in the first half, up against Adrian Walsh, which is a car he's put his blood, sweat, and tears into to get to this level. And you know what? He's in the lead position now. Pace will be a big thing here. Can McBurney keep with Walsh?
Yeah, we're about to find out. It does look like he's going to be able to as he fires it in. Now Adrian Walsh, loses the back bumper on initiation. Look at McBurney.
Oh, look at McBurney. He's right there.
McBurney looked like he was going to make a huge error, but he actually made a perfect dive. He's going to do it again, Dave.
Oh! What was that?
Wow!
What was that?
Absolutely textbook from McBurney.
In your lifetime do you get away with something like that? There was no room. There was no room. Come on. You do what? That doesn't even make sense.
Both of those dives look like they were going to be big mistakes.
Look at the dive into Link ECU corner. First of all, this is definitely contact. 9 out of 10 times. Throws it in, angle, no contact, stays just there. But this is where it all comes in. Look at this transition on the wall. Look at this. What was that?
How?
You talk about your Nakamuras. You talk about your Daigo Saitos. You've got another one, Mark McBurney. Guys, give it up for Mark McBurney and Adrian Walsh. What? Honestly, I'm done now. I'm seeing things I never even saw before. Okay, slide him left for Walsh, right for McBurney. Kevin goes with McBurney. And there you have it. Mark McBurney's going to the top 8. Walsh eliminated. You know what? You can be eliminated by something special like that all day.
Yeah, you'd take that. You'd take that all day long.
Like, I mean, you watch this stuff, we watch it all the time, and look at Walsh just eliminating the rest of his tires on the way out. I love that car. I love Adrian's driving style, but when you pull stuff out of the bag like McBurney did there, forget about it. Now, Connor Shanahan, 14 years of age, representing Link Engine Management, Westlake Tires, goes up against Danny O'Callaghan. Unknown entity here at Danny O'Callaghan. We haven't seen him battle in pro before. Brand new car, brand new driver, and a guy that made his name last year in Connor Shanahan. This could go either way either.
Yeah, I mean, Danny O'Callaghan looked very, very strong. This guy throwing this car down very, very fast. But you know what? Connor Shanahan, 2017 Pro-Am champion, not someone that you want to meet in top 16. They're off the line.
Look at Callaghan. Could he take down Shanahan?
Oh,
he's going for it.
Callaghan absolutely nailing it to Connor Shanahan right now as they initiate door to door. Connor Shanahan not looking quick, Dave. This is not quick from Shanahan. As Callaghan is all over the side of that Link ECU S13. Can Callaghan? What a big
bad
error.
transition from Callaghan. He makes a big mistake. A big mistake from Danny O'Callaghan leaves Connor Shanahan, the door wide open for Connor Shanahan to take back all those points. He looks like he got caught in the smoke a little bit there.
Yeah, do you know what? Shanahan didn't look quick going through Link ECU corner. Callaghan absolutely got on him, but the transition absolutely slaughtered him. Look at this, Shanahan down off the wide line. Callaghan door to door with him, good transition, and then look at this.
Look at this, gets lost in the smoke. It's the smoke. He just couldn't see where he was on the track, was afraid of hitting the wall, and you know, like a James Bond move, just put the smoke screen up. And Daniel Callaghan, a little bit of an experience there, just probably cost him. Now, as you said, both Shanahan brothers and Connor looking a little bit more comfortable than Jack out there today. But again, a lot of changes in the cars, getting things ready for a new season. But he's got a big gift there. And I think he's going to take an advantage, a big advantage from O'Callaghan. So right now, he's kind of got a decision to make. Connor doesn't. O'Callaghan's in the chase. Connor's got a decision to make. He's got to go close if he wants to guarantee it. But he's got a big advantage. Does he go too close and make an error? That's the decision these guys make. They'll be on the radios to their spotters going, look, do I go for it? Do I hang back? What do I do? Yeah. They're probably going to tell Connor to hang back a little bit here, but then again, he kind of feels confident enough in himself and his ability at 14 years of age that he can get close on any run. So let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens, Dave. They're off the line. It's Danny O'Callaghan to leading Connor Shanahan. Connor Shanahan not giving O'Callaghan an inch right now on initiation. Very good line there from Shanahan. Callaghan fires it in to Link ECU corner, but look at this, Jack Shanahan, giving Danny O'Callaghan the run.
Yeah, Connor on the transition here, not doing a whole lot wrong in the chase position, but again, I think he's hanging back a little bit here.
You know what, he's giving Danny O'Callaghan the room.
How do you have that much wherewithal and sensibility at 14 years of age? I couldn't even find where my bike was at 14 years of age. This guy can make the decision on 70-mile-an-hour stuff like that go. Incredible. I mean, the talent, these two guys are the future of the sport. You're looking at them now. Grandstand, give it up for Danny O'Callaghan and Connor Shanahan. Will it be an obvious decision? Will Connor Shanahan go through to the top 8. Slide him left for O'Callaghan, right for Shanahan. Let's see what the judges say.
Yeah, it's right here.
As we await the decision. Slide him right. Conor Shanahan gets the vote from Kieran. Will he get another? Yeah, Conor Shanahan goes through to the top 8. Daddy O'Callaghan eliminated, and I presume, I mean, it's a pretty obvious one. That huge error from O'Callaghan on the first run, costing that whole battle, really. Hit a good lead run, but you can't make errors like that, especially against Conor Shanahan.
No, exactly. Listen, you can't give a guy like that an inch. He will take everything that he's got.
Oh, we're going back to the one more time, Ian. Larner and Bagsy. If anybody wants to take some memorabilia back from these cars today, there's going to be plenty scattered around the track at the end. You can come out, grab a bumper, grab a wing, because there's going to be nothing left of these two guys. It's a Commonwealth battle. Is that a thing?
Is it a thing?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it
was
is.
Australia?
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
Australia's in the Commonwealth.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
How do I know this? And
I
you
don't-
don't know.
I don't-
You're
I
from
don't-
the UK, honestly.
I don't follow sport. This is the only
I
sport
don't
I follow.
follow sport. This is the only
Motorsport is the only sport I follow.
Yeah. Well, Australia and the UK, they probably only ever meet in terms of rugby or cricket, I
Yeah.
think, and drifting.
And drifting.
In Ireland, of all places. So here we go. The Thunder from down under. Mitch Larner is ready to rock and roll. Bagsy, what are they going to do this time? Grandstand, are you ready? Hits the one more time. I don't have the voice for this all day. Here we go. Larner, Bagsy to lead him in, and look at it as again. Larner's going for it.
Yeah, Lana absolutely half the line. Bagsy absolutely smashing through the gears, fires it in a big angle. Look at the initiation from Bagsy. Can he hold it? Just about keeps it together. As Lana giving Bagsy a little bit of room now. Lana starting to make the dive through Link ECU all over the back end of Bagsy's car. Lana looking for the kill. Whoa! Whoa! Door to door through Clipping Point. They look at Lana pushing Bagsy across the line.
Oh, it'll never end. It'll never end.
Oh my
They're going to kill
God.
each other. What was that transition onto the wall from Mitch Larner? Incredible. One thing I watched from Bagsy, he does break a little bit on a handbrake through the first corner.
Yeah.
Judges are going to watch that. Larner backs off there. He kind of has to. And then watch this transition from Larner as they come to the wall. I mean, there is millimeters in this. Check this out. On the transition, whoop, just sticks the nose in on Bagsy's door and pins him all the way around that last corner. Incredible stuff. Bagsy, I think, probably went on too much angle on the entry there.
Yeah, you know what, Bagsy was doing that quite a lot in practice, and listen, I think that was what kind of knocked him way back, but the proximity from Mitch Larner was just insane.
Well, Bagsy, you know, he said he's made the switch to Wisefab. He basically knows its limits now because he went on all of the angle on the entry. Now, Larner in the chase, Bagsy's going to get a radio call here saying, you messed up a bit there.
You need to
actually push him off the circuit, or you're going home, and you can forget about your talk about the streak. You're gonna have to come back again, and it's getting tiresome.
It's getting boring now.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to pin him.
Off the line, Bagsy to chase down Mitch Larner. Look at Bagsy all over the back.
Oh, on initiation!
Whoa! Bagsy door to door with Mitch Larner as they fire into Clipping Point 3. Whoa! Bagsy with a huge dive.
Wow!
Bagsy
what a chase
bringing the
run!
fight. Bagsy absolutely nailing it to the Australian right now. And again through the smoke, Bagsy makes another dive, pushing Mitch Larner all the way across the line. Mondello, give it up for Bagsy and Mitch Larner.
Entry price right there.
What?
Those two battles. I mean, it's hair raising.
Look at
Bagsy
this.
on initiation almost took the two of them down.
And the transition, bam!
That is insane. I mean, Bagsy gave it everything. Gave it absolutely everything. Guys, staying in front of you, make some noise once again for Mitch Larner and Bagsy. They're bringing the grandstand to, you know, to a noise level I have not heard at this stage of the competition. Guys, give it up for them. Oh. I don't know. I don't know on this one. I don't know on this one.
I don't even know. That is going to be
You know
such
what?
a close call.
Let's just, whoever wins, right? Whoever wins. Let's get a cheer loud enough from the grandstand that we bring these two boys back for the whole season. Give it up for Mitch Larner and Bagsy! Well, you can't argue with that.
No, I mean, listen, they both come fighting.
Here we go. Top 8 up for grabs. Slide him left for Larner. Slide him right, left. Larner gets one vote. He needs one more. And there it is! Mitch Larner goes through to the top 8. The Australian back on the hunt for that streak. Gotta come back to the judges. Insane stuff from both of these guys.
Yeah,
I mean, in the chase position, Bagsy actually had better proximity all through the run, but it really comes back to the first run. With Bagsy in the lead position, he threw in huge angle at clip 1, and then he wasn't going to make clip 3, so he had to shallow up his angle coming to 2, and he struggled to get to 3. He completely messed up Mitch a little bit, but Mitch was back enough to be able to close back in. So like we looked at that as an error. It's fine to throw in huge angle, but you need to be able to pull it off, and he didn't pull it off. It was a big error, and Mitch had an 8-2 advantage after the first run. And even though I think Bagsy was on a 7-3 there for that chase, it was a really good chase. Mitch, was still on a very good lead line, so it minimised the advantage that Bagsy was able to take in the chase position. So just over the first run, it was Mitch for 3 of us.
Does anybody want to go home? No?
That's
Because we have a battle right now. And it may just be the last 2-year champions in Ireland against each other in the top 8. McKeever versus Shanahan. You don't even need to introduce this, but what I do want to know is who's everybody going for. We're going to split the grandstand, split you guys. Who's cheering for Dwayne McKeever? Who's cheering for Jack Shanahan? Who wants them to just go one more time all day? Who wants us to release them off the line? Well, they've spoken. It's huge for the championship right now.
Yeah, listen, this is one way to kick the championship off, and it is a great aim.
Oh,
Shanahan
they
to take on
They know
McKeever.
what this means. They know what this means. This is a huge run now. Look at Shanahan.
Jack Shanahan with McKeever. McKeever absolutely screaming.
Shanahan shallows up.
Oh, Shanahan early transition. Shanahan, oh wow, Shanahan making a whole host of errors behind there in link ECU. Dwayne McKeever looking untouchable right now as he drives it out, Dave.
I mean, Dwayne McKeever, he's on fire right now. And Shanahan making big errors. It looks like Jack's not comfortable in the car. That's the way it looks to me. Look, he comes in, too much angle, goes on it. He has to almost let off to get the grip to stay on track. And at that stage, you got the Northern Smoke Machine in front of you. He is up and gone. Yeah. Shanahan again, big straighten as he comes to Mobile One, just doesn't look comfortable in the car.
No, I mean, such a shame to see Jack go out in that half of the battle like
but
that.
You know, as much as we want these door-to-doors, you look at it as a fan and say, if Jack Shanahan was eliminated in the top 8 at round 1 and McKeever goes on, or then McKeever's got to go up against guys that may not have been on form like Paul McCarthy and shit. Now they're on form.
Yeah.
We're shaking the whole thing up. We said it would be a very unpredictable event. Right now, I mean, are you really going to pick it? Larner could take this today. He could win the whole damn thing, the streak gone, everything. Shanahan could go back here and do an amazing run. McKeever could, anything could happen.
Yeah, listen, this could go any way right now. Getting the thumbs up from both these guys. It's now going to be Jack Shanahan to lead in Dwayne McKeever for a spot in the top 4. And look at Dwayne McKeever all over the back end of Shanahan's car. Shanahan with a big flick entry, big angle from Shanahan. Drops a wheel on initiation. And look at Dwayne McKeever right with Shanahan.
He is there now.
And Jack Shanahan, arm out the window. Oh, and a wall run.
Oh, and Shanahan over-rotates. Over-rotates coming towards the wall. I think Jack's given up on this one. I think he's just gone for the crowd run, said the car is not right. And McKeever's like, what's happened here? What has happened here? McKeever definitely didn't think he'd take it that easy, and that's what we're looking at there. But Shanahan's going to have to fight from behind here for the rest of the season. If that is the case, are we going to see Dwayne McKeever continue to be undefeated at this point? Guys, give it up for Dwayne McKeever and Jack Shanahan. Dwayne McKeever gets the win! Dwayne McKeever gets the win, knocking out Jack Shanahan, and Jack looks pretty dejected. Car not working bright. Guys, give it up for Jack Shanahan. Not his day today. Car not working correctly. Congratulates Dwayne McKeever. Guys, give him a big round of applause. What could you do? And I think, you don't have to be a judge to know that was big errors from Jack Shanahan there.
From the early parts of practice this morning, Jack's just not looked confident in that car. We see it in qualifying. Normally that guy is top 5 driver in qualifying.
Jack Shanahan just putting on a show for the fans right now. Guys, give him a round of applause. Not to be today, but I guarantee you that is not the last you're going to hear of Jack Shanahan this year. He's going to get that thing dialed in for the drift on the docks too, and he is going to be hungry for top spot and hungry to take down Dwayne McKeever. He'll look for revenge for sure.
Yeah, 100%. We move it along though on the line.
Yeah, big one. Big one for Shane O'Sullivan and Paul McCarthy. McKeever hits the top 4. Who's going to join him? Who's going to take him on? Well, O'Sullivan's been here before. McCarthy's been here before. Now, McCarthy's never been here with this much grunt under the bonnet. Shane O'Sullivan has got a fight on his hands here.
Yeah, listen, this is a new Paul McCarthy to this 2018 championship. Can Shane O'Sullivan stop McCarthy? But look at McCarthy all over the back end of Sully's S15 as they fire it inside the door. Whoa, look at Paul McCarthy. Paul McCarthy bringing the fight to the ex-BDC champion. Early transition from McCarthy, now it starts to apply the pressure. Can McCarthy get back on the door as they transition through 6? Look at McCarthy again. Big blow from McCarthy. McCarthy pushing Shane O'Sullivan wheel to wheel across the line.
What's happened? What's happened to the IDC? Honestly, everybody's on it. Look at that initiation. That is incredible for Paul McCarthy to hold that proximity. He has to straighten up a little bit. Initially, our transitions a little bit before O'Sullivan.
Yeah.
But it's coming down towards the first wall. Watch the masterclass that Paul McCarthy puts on here. Look, just avoid and then boom onto the door, and how he doesn't make contact right here. Look at this. Inches
Look at this.
all the way.
A little nudge wheel to wheel there. Unbelievable.
Shane, just to remind Shane, hey Shane.
I'm here.
Yeah. I'm just
Keep
you
it
know,
going.
I'm just a foot away if you're wondering where I am. And you know, you're going to have to be there or you're going to lose. So that's the way it works. McCarthy turns around. He's confident right now. Look at that. Straight to the start line. Shane O'Sullivan, he's going to have to pull some aggression out of somewhere in. He's going to have to find that aggression that sometimes is lacking in his driving ability. He's got to do it now or he's going home.
Listen, if you don't put it to the door right now of Paul McCarthy's E36, this is the end of the weekend for Shane O'Sullivan. They're off the line. And it is Shane O'Sullivan to chase down Paul McCarthy. Paul McCarthy smashing through the gears. Look at this.
O'Sullivan!
O'Sullivan right with him as they fire through the first clipping point.
Shane making the dive, Paul on that little bit inside of a line now. Shane O'Sullivan's got to get the damage done here, and he's got to get on the door, and he's there on the back bumper.
Here comes Shane O'Sullivan as he transitions onto the wall, but Paul McCarthy looks too fast. Sully just can't keep with Paul McCarthy right now as he stands on.
Oh, the best money ever spent on that turbo with Paul McCarthy's car. And what is going to happen next? Because, you know what, not a bad run at all from Shane O'Sullivan there. Had the proximity, some mistakes from both drivers. Paul McCarthy's lead run, he does come offline a little bit. I was noticing, watch, this is all good. Shane dropping the wheel, that's okay. Now watch Paul, transitions sort of middle of the track, gets that clip, but it's sort of not right out to the edge of the track, sort of stalls up. So, you know, judges are going to be watching a lot of these little, you know, nuances and intricacies and saying, you know, what's the point? Where's it weighed? Where's the deduction weighed? I mean, we look at it because we just like smoking cars and horsepower, but they're looking at it like, you know, we got to break this down to its bare bones and who's done the better run. So, have we got a decision from our judges? Guys, give it up for Shane O'Sullivan and Paul McCarthy. Grandstand, make some noise. Irish boys doing us proud on track today. And judges still deliberating this one. We haven't had a good old argument in the tower in a while, and looks like we're having one right now. Maybe it's about who has the nicest black jacket. As you can see, discussions being made using the international hand signals for drifting. And of course, they're on a private line. Line is probably the wrong word, but private connection. So we can't hear what they're saying. And I think they can't hear what us. Maybe they're good that they can't hear what we're saying, because they can't be influenced by us.
By us, yeah.
And we can't be influenced by them.
Exactly.
Well, we can, because they'll eliminate people, and then we have, okay, so they massively influence what we do. But Mitch Larner, Alan Hines, wow. Conor Shanahan and Mark McBurney, a rematch from last year when McBurney lost to Shanahan, and he said, you know what, I learned a lot in that battle. I
took him on the podium as well.
Yeah, and I ain't doing that again. So, McKeever sits in the top 4. He's your big gun in there. Now, will it be Sully to go in there as another big gun, or will Paul McCarthy start turning this season that he had last year around straight away and take the win? Judges still deciding. Guys, while they're out of the cars, give some noise for Shane O'Sullivan and Paul McCarthy. Yeah, well, judges still having a little chat about this. Remember, we're going to keep reminding you all day here, because tickets for Dún Laoghaire, Drift on the Docks 2. If you like what you see today, the last time ever. We ain't going back there again. One more time, we're going to Dún Laoghaire. It's the last event of all. If you want to say you've been there, you only have one more chance to be there. 2,000 tickets. They go on sale at 9 a.m. They sold out 3 hours last year. Do not come looking for tickets off me at 6 o'clock tomorrow. Just get your tickets tomorrow morning. Get them in the bank. You know, they were on Done Deal for 4 times the price last year. So that's how quick you need to be on that computer tomorrow morning.
So we got the decision in from our judges. Who's it going to be? A left for Paul McCarthy, a right for Shane O'Sullivan. Kieran Hines says Shane O'Sullivan. Kevin O'Connell says Dan Moorhead says one more time. Kevin O'Connell says one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, they're going to go one more time. So there we go, a one more time.
One more time.
A split decision though, Dave.
It's a one more time. And that, I mean, we've got to go back to the judges. Talk us through that one, guys.
For me, I think it comes back. Okay, the first one was, yeah, a good chase there from Paul. It really comes back to Paul's lead run in the second run for me. Paul drops a wheel at clip 2, and he misses clip 3. Now, clip 3 for me, and I said it in the briefing, is the most critical clipping point on the whole course, because if you're not into clip 3, if you're off clip 3, you've only a very shallow little transition out to 4. It's very easy to do, but if you're deep into clip 3, you have a long transition across. Missing clip 3 for me is a big mistake, and for me it overturned the advantage he had after the first run. So that's how I scored it. The boys didn't completely agree with me, but sure, look, we've all our own opinions.
Yeah, in my opinion then, if you compare lead run to lead run, Shane had a better lead run, Paul making that little mistake on clipping point 3. But then if you switch it around then, Paul's chase run was much more aggressive. He was on Shane's door an awful lot. So those kind of two cancel each other out. I think we're splitting hairs here, if in my opinion, if we give it a win. So I think it's much more fair to go one more time.
Yeah, we're going to go one more time. I'm not complaining.
No, I mean, listen, those guys pushed very, very hard, and it does look like they are back up there. Not sure if they're ready to go on the start line again.
No, well, they may go right back to the start line. They may just, I mean, a lot of these guys getting about 4 laps out of a set of tires on this circuit at the moment. With temperatures a little cooler today, they may be ready to rock and roll straight away. They may have to go back in and get some tires and some fuel. We don't know. We're going to keep you informed from our marshals. I mean, it goes to show we haven't had any real, and I'm going to jinx it now, major mechanical failures on track. And that goes how well the cars are prepared this year. I noticed that on Friday. Guys were just sitting around.
Yeah.
Like usually lunchtime Friday, there's 18 cars on the side, gearboxes and engines and everything going everywhere. Everybody was chilled, eating sandwiches, talking, having fun. You know what I mean? And now we're starting to see these cars, they're getting it right. And they say, look, I need this car to work. It's got to do 2 runs. It's got to do 4 runs. It's got to do what it needs to do to win the event. And we're seeing that reliability start to creep into the grid now.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, and you can't win a championship with an unreliable car. You can't turn up to an event and say, well, geez, it might hold together.
Exactly.
we might get to grade 8. It might fall apart in qualifying.
Exactly. If you're watching it on the live stream right now, we want you guys to do us one favor. That's only one favor. One favor. You guys get to sit there, smash the keyboard all day with lots of opinions. Nobody charges you anything to do it. You have one job. All these guys here at Mondello are keeping the sport going. They're the ones making all that noise. Isn't that right, Grandstand? Exactly, okay? So you guys at home have one job to do, and that's hit that share button on our live stream. Let's spread this out across the world. Hit the share, hit the like. We're ready to send it one more time for Paul McCarthy and Shane O'Sullivan.
So thumbs up from our start line marshal, and they are off the line. It will be Shane O'Sullivan to lead in Paul McCarthy, and look at Paul McCarthy already, Dave. Already chasing him down, and Paul McCarthy, big aggression on initiation, almost contact from Paul McCarthy. As Shane O'Sullivan dropping wheels, knocks the front bumper off his car. Oh! Shane O'Sullivan goes wide.
He
McCarthy
stays on it though, and look at that bumper, it's causing, it's gone!
Paul McCarthy right with Shane O'Sullivan.
Big dive from McCarthy again, and they are wheel to wheel, door to door across the line.
And Paul McCarthy
ran over some cones that they knocked in the first half. It's insane. The level here, compared to a couple of years ago, is ridiculous.
Look at this.
His bumper's gone, he's hitting cones, he's smashed into him, he's off the track, but now he's back on the track, he's on his door. What more do you want? Is this not the greatest motorsport in the world, Ian?
It's just unbelievable. Look at the talent as well.
It's like a highlight reel in 40 seconds, but it's the one battle.
Look at Paul McCarthy, such a good chase drive.
There's pieces of fiberglass, there's hopes and dreams scattered around all the course. Oh, it's insane. I mean, as an Irish guy, no offense, Ian, well, maybe offense, we are so proud of these guys because they come out here and they know they got to rock this Mondello grandstand. They know they've got to come out here and put on a show for the people that stand here in often pretty adverse weather conditions, and every time they come out here they kill it.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, listen, to come over here and commentate on this championship is an absolute honour because the driving standard here, pro and pro, is phenomenal.
But you're only here because Eddie Power.
Yeah, thanks Eddie. Thanks for giving me a brilliant weekend away.
We wish Eddie a huge, speedy recovery. He's at a stag party this weekend.
He won't be in work Monday morning.
No, he won't be in work Monday morning. So I'm sure he's watching in from a very drunken place somewhere. But we are looking at Shane O'Sullivan taking on their Keen
Just
drawing.
taking a headline
Yeah,
out.
you'll see that headline on Done Deal later on tonight. €300 for brand new untouched S15 headline. Here we go. Sullivan's car falling apart. McCarthy's car falling apart. Let's see who's going to take it home. One more run to get it done. Cannot go one more time again. We have to have a winner here. Smash it through the gears. McCarthy the lead in O'Sullivan. Here we go.
And look at O'Sullivan not giving McCarthy that room this time to make any sort of a lead. Oh! And Sully drops wheels, has to transition on the wheel drop, but he's door to door now with Paul McCarthy on Link ECU corner. Good transition from both of these guys. Paul McCarthy, good line as he transitions into 8. And look at Sully tagging the back end of that car.
Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, that is how you get it done. In the top 8, who is going to go to the semi-final? Guys, they are driving the wheels and body panels and heart and soul out of these cars. Grandstand, make some noise for two Irish boys showing how good we are across the world. Give it up for Shane O'Sullivan and Paul McCarthy. And there you have it. It's Paul McCarthy getting the win. Paul McCarthy gets the win and goes through to the final 4. We have a semi-final. McKeever and Paul McCarthy. Guys, talk us through it.
Look, it really only comes down to Shane's lead run. Very, very scrappy lead run. Putting a wheel off on clip 2, wheel off on clip 3. Almost putting a wheel off between clipping point 4 and 5 and the Link ECU corner, and then putting another wheel off then between clipping point 7 and 8. It was way too many mistakes. Paul did very, very well to actually to maintain a good chase run for that, and Shane wasn't able to overturn it then on his chase run.
No, and the wind just picked up there, and it looks like we almost made the tower here a convertible. As we now have an all-green affair on the start line here in Ireland, it is going to be a huge chance for Alan Hines to make a name for himself here. First day ever in the pro class, he goes up against the on-form Thunder from down under Mitch Larner. He gives away almost half the horsepower here also. Hines is going to be leading first, though, as the higher qualifier. So Mitch Larner knows, I got to be on that door. Now, he wants to take down a streak. Remember, in 15 years, no one has ever beaten the Irish on home soil. Could it happen today? Could Larner get it done?
Listen.
He looks on form to me.
Yeah, Mitch Larner has been progressing for the last year that he is going to take down this 15-year streak. Is this the year he does it? He looks on form. He looks very, very strong. They're off the line. It will be Alan Hines to lead in Mitch Larner. Look at Mitch Larner.
He's going for it here.
Oh! Wow, look at Larner on initiation. This is incredible from Mitch Larner.
Over Alan Hines.
Mitch Larner absolutely destroying the side of Alan Hines' car right now on a transition. Oh wow, and a big dive from Larner as Mitch Larner tags on the back end of that Pro Drift S14 and pushes Alan Hines across the line.
Oh, what a chase run from Mitch Larner. And Alan Hines on a great lead run, allowing that to happen. But Mitch Larner, look, he's doing it again. He's intimidating Alan Hines on the way up to the start line, revving the engine behind him. You know what? He's a bit of a showman, this Mitch Larner guy.
Yeah, he is. Look at this, Dave. Absolutely.
That is the closest we've seen anybody there all day. And an incredible, incredible job from Mitch Larner in the chase position.
Yeah, I mean, look, another dive and a little wall run as well, just to finish things off, and as he pushes Alan Hines across the line.
And you know what, Alan Hines, he's in a good position here in the sense of saying that. Now, I'm thinking, Ian, does Hines have any chance here because of the speed difference and horsepower difference? I don't know if Alan Hines can get to the door of Mitch Larner. He goes in here, essentially, You know, Mitch Lerner's got a tank, he's got a butter knife.
But listen, Alan Hines has been on form with his chase driving all weekend. I will be very, very surprised if Alan Hines gives Mitch Lerner any kind of room. You know that.
I just
you know the
I don't know.
spotters
I
will be
mean,
telling
he's
him.
a young guy. He's trying his best. You know, he's in college. He hasn't got maybe the budget of everyone else has around. Can he take down Lerner? I think it's a big ask. I think this is going to be Lerner just pulling away. If not, I'm going to be super impressed.
Yeah, listen, it is a big, big fight on the hands right now. But look at Alan Hines trying to jump
He's
the
gone.
line already.
Yeah,
he
he's jumped
knows,
the line.
Dave.
Alan Hines is trying to give himself a chance here and stay with Mitch Lerner up the straight. He is. He's there.
Oh, he's there, Dave, all right. Look at this from Alan Hines as he fires that car in. Not the angle, but he's going to try and get him on transition.
Look at Hines!
Alan Hines. Oh, my God, Alan Hines absolutely wearing Mitch Lerner. Oh.
Look at this chase run from the young gun. What was that? What was that? Come on.
Listen,
come on.
What did I tell you?
What he wants
What
from
did
me.
I tell you?
Look at this dive from Hines. Bam! And he's on the door. All four-wheel lockup, and he stays right
Look at
there.
this. Look at this. Bam. Tags him on that Leak ECU engine management corner just to say to Lerner, you might be from down under, but this is my home ground.
Oh, man. Oh, that's made some decision-making for the judges there. Guys, give it up for Alan Hines and Mitch Lerner! No, you know what? They're still deliberating this. Grandstand! On your feet for Alan Hines and Mitch Lerner. What a run!
Alan Hines taking Mitch Lerner's hat clean off his head.
Yeah. He nearly took the back end clean off his car too. Wow, incredible. I am exhausted and we haven't even got to the finals yet.
Look, listen, I've
This
watched
is
so much practice.
the best round of competitive drifting I have watched in a very long time.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Absolutely hands down.
You
Dave.
look for moments. We've had, I'm leaning back, I'm tired. I'm like, what do you want from me?
My voice is completely gone
my
already.
throat is
Yep.
sore, my brain hurts.
From Pro-Am yesterday,
Yeah.
all the way through to final was spectacular. Qualifying today in the pro class was mind-blowing, and then these battles, one after the other, these are moments that people aren't going to ever forget.
And we now have two different types of people arguing on the internet. We have Australians and we have virtual drifters. Two people smashing their heads off keyboards now, saying which is the better.
Which is the
yeah? Is it about being Australian or being a computer simulator driver? Well, we have no idea. What was that? I mean, Alan Hines gives away half the horsepower and stays with him through the track. Lerner puts in a cracking chase run as well. Oh, I mean, you know what? Either way. Look at this. Look at Hines. He shallows up a bit, but this transition, he's within 3 meters. That's the rule.
The
You know,
rule.
when you're within 3 meters, you can't deviate from the qualifying. Look at little touch, but it doesn't affect Lerner. He's pushing Lerner around the corner with half the horsepower. I mean,
And look at the transition. How does he not take his back bumper off?
that's just, it's all highlight reel today.
And then, bam, look, big transition again
Because
from
we
both
say,
these
you know,
guys.
you look for, in a drift event, you kind of look for a moment or two. You look for a moment or two. And years ago, we used to be like, one good battle. We got really one good battle.
It's good.
We'll light the place up. The grandstand will be happy. Everyone's chilled. It's too many good battles today.
There's been a whole 24
yeah.
good battles, you know?
Incredible.
Okay,
Look
back,
at this.
Mitch
From Lerner.
Lerner.
Hits the front brake. Bam. Back on the door again, but not as close.
No, look, it doesn't have that proximity there. Look, you know.
But then he
Very
starts
good
to dial it
transition,
in here.
yeah.
Look, watch. Oh, that's perfect. And he runs the wall. Mitch Lerner, you know, so, you know, great moments from both across everything. But, I mean, Mitch Lerner's got 2 standing ovations today. Even if he doesn't win, that's enough for anybody. I've never seen anybody get 2 standing ovations and not be in the final. Alan Hines, with half the horsepower, has made this one of the most difficult decisions for the judges. That is incredible.
Yeah.
You talk about power and horsepower. You talk about all this stuff. This man just did it with less than 400 horsepower, stuck it to everybody. Incredible stuff. Grandstand, one more time. Get up for Lerner and Hines. Oh, and we got to go to another replay here in the tower. Nice though, the drivers can see the screen in front of them here. Oh, we have a decision. We have a decision. It's for a space in the top 4. Oh no! Wait for it. We're going one more time!
I can't, Dave. I can't
we can't go
do it.
one more time. Not allowed to go one more time. We don't have the voice for one more time of this. No, we're only allowed to go one more time if they drive terribly and we don't have to get excited again. That's the only way. We're going back to the start line. Lerner, guys, talk us through it. No separating them. I mean, Have you seen driving like this? It's insane.
I actually can't believe we're getting battles this good today. Like, both lead runs, absolutely fantastic. If you break down both chase runs, then Mitch absolutely on Alan's door from clip 1 to 3 and maintained really, really good proximity the whole way throughout the rest of the run. Any other battle you would have said Mitch takes that hands down, but then Alan comes out and absolutely glues it to him. The only mistake that you could say about Alan was that he was a little bit shallow around the first corner, but I've never seen chasing like that around Link ECU corner. Absolutely inches away, really reels it. I can't even talk.
How do you think we feel?
Yeah.
He absolutely closes the door for the whole rest of the run, and like it's splitting hairs. We actually could not decide on a winner there. We had to see him go one more time.
I think Mitch Larner has had the hardest road in the history of time to get to a top 4 of IDC. We move it along. It's a rematch from last year. McBurney and Shanahan, Connor Shanahan. In the Link ECU, Westlake Tire 180 goes up against Mark McBurney in the Drift Shed NI 180. Mark Burney lost to Shanahan last year, wasn't happy about it, said, I've learned a lot since then. This is a grudge match right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is a big grudge match right now. Mark McBurney looks on form. You know, this guy, is he unstoppable right now? Connor Shanahan, 2017 Pro-Am champion.
Oh, look at McBurney's going for it.
Can Shanahan prove his point?
Look at McBurney! What was that?
Whoa!
Oh, big impact. Oh,
Whoa,
and a
wow.
big impact for Mark McBurney into the barrier. Big impact. McBurney hits the barrier hard. Of course, those foam bales saving a lot of the impact. Wow, that was a big hit. A very big hit.
Listen, while we was talking, there was a quick shower of rain, and I'm guessing it's just made it a little bit greasy.
Yeah, that might have done it. That might have done it. That was a big hit. Guys, he gets out of the car. Give it up for Mark McBurney. That was a big shunt.
That was a big shunt. That was he was carrying so much speed.
Watch this from the other angle. Look at the proximity. What is he even trying there?
Listen, he knows he has to be with Shanahan on the initiation.
Look at them.
What happens
But
though?
what happens here? Does he understeer?
Yeah, it starts to understeer. He starts to understeer.
Oh, and he's gone. He's gone.
Look, he locks it up.
He knows he's in trouble.
Hey, listen,
but look at the pace he comes in here to the barriers. This is not nice. Bang! Big hit from McBurney. He hit that hard.
That was a very big hit from Mark McBurney right there.
Wow. And you know what? I'm going to go out there and say that could be the end of Mark McBurney's chance of beating Connor Shanahan here. Not the way we wanted to see him. Man, the drama here today is too much. It's too much for me. I couldn't get over how close he was on initiation there. I was like, he'll never pull this off. That is pure bravery. Forget about all your internet talk. Forget about all your experts.
Talk, yeah.
That is bravery. With a car that you put every penny you have into, to throw it in with that much risk just to get one step further up the ladder here is insane. Guys, one more time, give it up for Mark McBurney. I'm devastated for him.
Yeah, I am. I mean, look at the barrier, Dave. Look how far he has physically pushed the barrier in the middle of this Mondello circuit. That was
He's broken the barrier. He's hit it that hard. That's insane. And you know what? Without those foam barriers there, things could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
But of course, that's why we have the heavy safety regulations we have in the championship to make sure that these guys 100% can get out of these cars with a smile on their face.
Go home to their families at the end of the day, which is all that really matters.
No, all that matters. I mean, people talk about cars and what. As long as everyone's safe and home and dry, that's what matters. And we're going to see Mark McBurney removed from the circuit here.
Yeah, so we're just going to pull Mark McBurney out of the wall. So as you can see, Mark McBurney's car just getting pulled off the circuit, and I can confirm, Dave, that Mark McBurney is calling a 5-minute rule. I mean, how about that?
He is not calling a 5-minute rule.
Mark McBurney wants a 5-minute rule. He says that he can get that car fixed and he's going to get back out and battle Connor.
No, he is not calling a 5-minute rule. After that shunt, he's calling a 5-minute rule?
He said, listen, what walls? I want to get back out and I want to battle. So
guys, do you want to see Mark McBurney try and fix this car in 5 minutes to get back out there? Well, we'll keep you posted in the pits because they're going to go in there and try and fix this car. I don't even believe it.
I just don't even know what is going on right now.
If we scripted this, people wouldn't believe it.
People are going to think this is
People
scripted.
would think this is scripted. I wish I could write this. It's that ridiculous. He's going back into the pits. We'll keep a camera in there. I mean, incredible stuff. We've got a little delay on track as we get Mark McBurney out of the circuit, but we will be moving along the order. Ian, But we got to thank a lot of people who have been helping us get this sport this far so far.
Yeah, exactly. We've got to say a massive thank you to Link ECU, the title partner of the Irish Drift Championship and the world's leading standalone ECU. Mobil One, the world's leading synthetic motor oil. Mixedgarage.com, Europe's largest online retailers of car parts and accessories. MTech Brakes, the leading UK supplier of brake components. JDM Distro, the #1 supplier of JDM products in Europe. And as Dave Egan says, the most dangerous website that any man could afford to go on with a credit card. Also, Zestino tyres, custom moulded for extreme grip. VP Racing Fuels, the world leader in race fuel technology. Brian James Trailers, crafting quality trailers for over 30 years. Simpson Racing, the benchmark in motorsport safety products. Monster Energy, fueling the Irish Drift Championship. Group D, specialist in drift parts and fabrication. And Samco Sport, the original performance silicone hose brand. So as you guys here in attendance can see on the big screen, and you guys watching at home on the live feed, you can see Mark McBurney's car just getting taken back to the pits. And there we go, the clock has started, the team has got hands on the car, so that is 5 minutes now underway. And I can only imagine that these guys have got some task on their hands right now. So, as you can see, Mark McBurney just looking under the front of their car, so maybe an issue with maybe some steering or power on that car, causing him to understeer. And Guy's confident that nothing's bent under the back of that because they're sticking a brand new pair of wheels on it, as he's de-beaded a tyre, which is within the rules. If the driver de-beads or gets a puncture, he is allowed to change wheels and tyres.
Down.
So Mark McBurney's crew doing an absolute sterling job there, as you can see. Wheels back on the car, Jack out from underneath it. You can see Mitch Lana in the background there making his way back towards the start line for his one more time battle against Alan Hines. Dave, these guys confident, nothing bent on that car, just a de-beaded tyre.
Yeah, and just to explain the rules on that, of course, you're not allowed to change your tyres on a 5-minute rule unless you de-bead or have a puncture. So he did de-bead the tyre. So they're having a look on the car just to make sure everything's okay. I can't believe Mark McBurney's going to come back out here after that shunt. I mean, he's going to feel that in the morning. So look at Lerner and Alan Hines are up on the line for their one more time. Nothing to separate them in the first. So you can see our scrutineer Wayne Kern there making sure everything is safely done on the car to make sure it is able to compete. Let's see how we go. So Lerner and Hines are on the line, and Mark McBurney, a little breather there from the action, and now we're ready to go again.
So as you can see, Alan Hines sitting on the start line, ready for action. Can he take down the Thunder from down under, or can Mitch Lana take down this 15-year streak? He's looking strong, Dave, right now.
Yeah, and he's going to appear from a cloud of smoke here, an intimidating cloud of smoke that he's created himself. And there he is. The Thunder from down under takes on the underdog Alan Hines, and he's not the underdog anymore. This is going to be another insane battle here in Mondello Park. One to remember for sure.
Yeah, listen, one to remember for sure as Alan Hines now leads in Mitch Lana for a place in the top 4. Who's going to take it? Is it going to be Ireland? Is it going to be Australia as they come screaming down the start straight? Look at Mitch Lana right with him. Mitch Lana right with Alan Hines. Mitch Lana, whoa, watch him wide, dropping wheels is Mitch Lana. Mitch Lana not looking good now, Dave.
No, he's dropped a wheel, he's lost a little bit of ground, he's got to make it up here, he's got to make the big dive down to the wall. You expect, look at this from Lerner, putting it back on the door again of Alan Hines, insane.
Unbelievable driving from Lana, but a big mistake on initiation, washed massively wide, drops a wheel.
And as you can see, Mark McBurney's car bonnet down. Let's have a look at the replay. Look at this initiation. These guys are going in hard.
Yeah, Mitch Lana catches a little bit of understeer, washes way
yeah,
wide.
There's actually a white line drawn there. That extra bit of concrete isn't the circuit. It's actually off circuit. So I think Mitch dropped 2 wheels there. because that's just essentially just to stop you dropping off the track. Mondello placing an extra bit of concrete there on the end for the fact that we've ruined the grass so many times there. So essentially, Larner, that line, that's over the actual line. The clipping point is before that. So, you know, it's hard to see it on the live stream cameras, but here in the flesh, you can tell just dropping over that white line. So looks like McBurney's heading out of the pits, and he made the 5-minute rule. Mark McBurney is coming back to play. But now we go back to the start line for the second half of Hines and Larner, and I have never seen such an exciting top 16 in IDC history, and it's about to get even more. And look at that, Hines jumps to start again. He's allowed to do that in the chase position. Can he take down the Thunder from down under?
As he fires it in, whoa, look at the grip from Mitch Larner. Oh! And Alan Hines, massive error. Huge understeer from Alan Hines. He keeps in it though, jumps back on the door of Mitch Larner's PS13. And Alan Hines smashing the bumper off the wall as he tries to get back on the door.
You know what? I think that might have been a big error from Alan Hines, even bigger than Larner's. And you know what? After such a flawless performance in the first battle, maybe Hines has made too big an error there. Definitely had a huge understeer moment, had to straighten up. Maybe he's handed it to Larner, maybe not. Maybe Larner's wheel drop on the first one. Let's see. Slide him left for Mitch Larner, slide him right for Hines, and there you have it. Mitch Larner goes to the top 4. Mitch Larner gets the win. We're into the, well, we've got McKeever versus McCarthy. Now, who's going to face Mitch Larner? Will it be Conor Shanahan or will it be Mark McBurney? Guys, give it up for Alan Hines. What a performance today.
So we're going to get those guys off the track and we move it back to the...
And you know what? Mark McBurney has a 10-0 disadvantage, obviously, for hitting the barrier against Conor Shanahan. But at the same time, Ian, to have the work, to go back into the pits and not be defeatist about it and say, nah, fix the thing, we're going back out again. That is insane. It's just like, why would you even bother? Like, he's definitely got a massive disadvantage, but you got to stay in the fight.
Yeah.
And that's what happens. Anything could happen here, and Conor Shanahan in the chase position has the advantage. But McBurney with that never say die attitude now.
Yeah, exactly. Look at him. You know, he's in the lead position. There's not a lot he can really do except for put in the best lead run he can possibly pull out the bag and just hope that Conor Shanahan makes a mistake behind him.
Let's go, we're ready to rock and roll. Shanahan and McBurney. McBurney in the lead position, Shanahan in the chase. Ready to let him go off the line. It's the last run of this battle. Then we're into the top 4. Here we go.
Yeah, and look at that. Conor Shanahan left sleeping on the line as McBurney gets the good run out. What has Conor Shanahan got? Is he going to try and battle McBurney? McBurney fires it in, makes it round the first turn this time.
Oh, look at Shanahan!
Yeah, Conor Shanahan right with him though as they come round. Link ECU, Conor Shanahan on a shallow angle. Good line from McBurney though as McBurney transitions almost contact from Conor Shanahan as they fire to the wall. Conor Shanahan now just playing with the side of McBurney's car and across the line.
No need for it at all, but what a showing from the 14-year-old Conor Shanahan. And look, those boys are having some fun out there. And a little bump to the back of McBurney's car from Shanahan. Guys, give it up for two of the rising stars in the championship, Mark McBurney and Conor Shanahan. Slide him left for McBurney, right for Shanahan, who's going to the top 4. And the winner is Conor Shanahan goes to the top 4. Give it up for Mark McBurney though, guys. What bravery to hit the wall, come back out and put it all on the track. Leave, like, you don't want to be dragged out of here. You want to leave on your feet. That's what he's done.
Yeah, listen, he went down fighting and that's exactly what it all comes down to. Mark McBurney put on such a good show and Conor Shanahan makes it through. That means, Dave, we are in the top 4. That means these guys now are fighting for a place in the final. And first up, Dwayne McKeever to take on Paul McCarthy.
Don't count Paul McCarthy out of this one. That's that, at your peril. He is reborn with this new car. He goes up against the man that hasn't been beaten this year yet, Dwayne McKeever. He's been so comfortable, qualified first. Can he get to the final? Can he start the season?
Look at this.
Look at McCarthy. McCarthy's going for it all day here. Look at this.
Oh, look at Paul. Whoa, Paul McCarthy almost contact with McKeever as he fires it in. McKeever absolutely nailed McCarthy. McCarthy falls off circuit.
McCarthy hits the grass hard.
And Dwayne McKeever absolutely riding it out.
McKeever, you know what? Nobody can match his speed into that corner today, Ian. Everyone who's tried has ended up in the grass. Look how vicious this snap from McCarthy when he hits the grass is.
Look at this.
Bang! It almost takes the rear wheel off the car. And that's being dug out all day by drivers dropping wheels there, and it's a dangerous place to drop a wheel. And I think McCarthy knows all about it.
Yeah, you can just see our marshals down there just having a word with Paul McCarthy. Is he good for action, or has he DB'd a tyre possibly?
Yeah, I would imagine that's done some definite damage. The way the car snapped around, it definitely did some damage to the end of it.
Yeah.
Oh, came in a very hot. I mean, McKeever's so hard to chase through that first corner. His speed is incredible. So, yeah, 5-minute rule call from Paul McCarthy. As you can see, definitely DB'd a tyre there. And a 10-0 against him, obviously, on the first run. So Dwayne McKeever just got to make a pass to the circuit. He will go to the final. And that means we may move it on to our next semi-final, which would be Larner versus Connor Shanahan. Wow. Wow. What a semi-final.
They're just getting crazier and crazier as we progress through.
Yeah, and the wind in the tower here is crazy. It's blowing back on us. I mean, for me, incredible. The whole day has just been unpredictable.
Yeah.
Action-packed. Crashes, drama, bumpers, everything you would want from a perfect showcase for what the Irish Drift Championship is all about. One of the most entertaining top 16s I've ever watched in my entire life. And if you want to come and watch it, well, there's only 2,000 people that are going to get the chance to do it. And that's unfortunate for us. We would love to bring everybody to Dún Laoghaire for Drift on the Docks too, but we can only bring 2,000 people, all seater. We're going just crazy amount of grandstands. We'll have a little bit of standing, but we want to keep everyone right close to the track. It's the closest you can get to the action all year. It's in the craziest location, and it's the last ever time we're there. We will never go back. You got to say you were there. If you missed it last year, this is your only chance you'll ever be there. We said it about Mill Street. People didn't believe us. If you were there, you were there. Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. on idcnation.com, 2,000 tickets go out. That's it. Once they're gone, they're gone. And I think there's probably even less than 2,000 tickets when you count in a lot of the complimentary tickets that are going out there. So tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., before you get into work, get those tickets bought. Everybody's going to want them, so make sure you're one of those 2,000 people. 3 hours last year they sold out. We are not warning you anymore about it. But if you've forgotten what that event is all about, we're going to give you one more teaser about Dún Laoghaire. You've got to get those tickets tomorrow morning.
This is my world. Oh, you took the wrong turn. Now you're stuck in my world. Trust me, this is gonna hurt. I will have to watch it burn. This is my world.
So there you go. Just 2,000 tickets, like Dave said. It sold out in 3 hours last year. I was there last year. Unbelievable setting for an event. And like he says, last time they'll be visiting that venue. As you can see on the big screen here in attendance, and you guys watching at home live feed, you can see Paul McCarthy is on a 5-minute rule. I'm going to say a big thank you to our sponsors, a link, ECU, Mobile One, MixGarage.com, M-Tech Brakes, JDM Distro, Zestino Tyres, VP Racing Fuels, Brian James Trailers, Simpson Racing, Monster Energy, Group D, and Samco Sport. Without those guys, none of this would be possible. And none of you guys at home watching on the live feed will be able to see this for free. So as you can see, Paul McCarthy there, looks like he bent some arms, so he's got his team down there trying to get that car straight again so he can get back out. Big impact with the grass there, like Dave said, hitting that dirt. A lot of those guys have been going in that dirt, digging out a big trench there, so not looking good. Can those guys get that car fixed within 5 minutes?
21 or 22? Is there ratchet there? Is there an 18 there somewhere? You get the 18 soccer, but it's small, it's ratchet. It should be there.
So we are going to go to the start line for the next battle. It will be for a place in the final. It will be Mitch Lana to take on Connor Shanahan for a place in the final. And as you can see, Mitch Lana down there just warming up his tyres. 800 horsepower under the bonnet of that PS13 V8 supercharged against the Connor Shanahan's 180SX 2JZ 600 horsepower.
Well, you know what? You talk about this undefeated streak. Well, now the only thing holding it back is a 14-year-old child. Because he's got to take down the Thunder from down under to hold Irish pride once again in Mondello Park. If Larner was to win that, he goes to the final. If he wins it, he's the first driver. And we're at over 100 international drivers that have tried. Daigo Saito's tried, Chris Forsberg. The list goes on. But Connor Shanahan, at 14 years of age, will try and hold our streak intact against a very, very dangerous Mitch Larner right now.
Yeah, Mitch Larner is looking the strongest he's ever looked right now. Can he take the streak down, Dave? Like you say,
it's all on Shanahan now.
It's all on a 14-year-old student.
A 14-year-old school kid to try and hold a 15-year legacy. That's what this means for Irish drifting, and Shanahan will lead him out for the first time. They're good to go. Look at Larner jumping the line. He's ready for this one.
Yeah, Larner wants this. He's hungry for a win. He's hungry for a podium here at IDC. Oh, look at Mitch Larner. A late initiation from Larner, waiting to see what Shanahan does. Shanahan on a good line. Larner.
Oh, Shanahan's gone.
Larner absolutely fell apart. Now starts to try and make a dive again, but this is looking scrappy from Larner now. Larner's going to try and make another dive. Larner doesn't sound right. Larner's car does not sound right.
Yeah, I'm seeing the bonnet off that car. They may be having issues there, and Connor Shanahan gets some of the job done there. Larner not as aggressive as we saw him in the top 8 and top 16.
No, exactly. You know what? We expected to see Mitch Larner on the door of Connor Shanahan's car, but look at that big wobble as he coming to clipping point 3. Maybe he got lost in the smoke ever so slightly. I'm not sure, but whatever happened, Mitch Larner not really bringing the fight there to Connor Shanahan.
Shanahan looking very comfortable. I mean, the car relatively unchanged from last year. He's back in the zone again here. Yeah. I mean, I can't understand how a 14-year-old kid can just do this over and over again. Look, there's McCarthy heading back up to the line. They got the rear end of that car fixed. Never say die in the pits here at IDC. And we switch him around. It's for a spot in the final. Connor Shanahan, Mitch Larner. They win it, they're guaranteed a trophy.
Yeah, I mean, wow. I mean, look at this. Connor Shanahan looking strong right now. Mitch Larner really, really going to have to try and put down the lead of his life right now. What has Mitch Larner got? Can Connor Shanahan hold the streak down? Mitch Larner off the line. Look at Connor Shanahan right with him though.
Here we go, 15 years on the line. And Shanahan throws it in on Larner's rear quarter. Can he stay with him?
Yeah,
whoa, big dive from Connor Shanahan. He's pushing the Australian around Link ECU corner.
Connor Shanahan, whoa! Connor Shanahan almost contact as they fire into the wall. Connor Shanahan now stands back on it. Mitch Larner brings it across the line.
Whoa. Unbelievable level of driving today at the Irish Drift Championship, brought to you by Link Engine Management. And one of the guys representing Link Engine Management just put on a clinic. Grandstand, make some noise for Mitch Larner and Connor Shanahan. Will he take it to the final? Is the streak intact? Or will the Australian take it? Here we go. Decision's in. And going through to the final is Connor Shanahan! 14 years of age, and he keeps the dream alive for the Irish. And Larner, he could tell, dejected, knew something wasn't right with the car on that run. And Shanahan put in a phenomenal chase run.
Yeah, unbelievable there.
And we'll go back to the start line for our next battle, which will see the second half of McCarthy and McKeever ready to send cars. Oh, it's just getting tense here. McKeever, he's one step into the final. Can he take that other step in? McCarthy in the lead. It's going to be McKeever to chase. Here we go.
They're on the line. Thumbs up from both these guys, and they are clear to go. It's McKeever to chase down Paul McCarthy for a spot in the final. Who's it going to be? Dwayne McKeever looking good so far as Paul McCarthy fires it in. Absolutely perfect this time from McCarthy, but look at this from Dwayne McKeever. Again, Dave, an absolutely faultless performance from Dwayne McKeever.
He's doing enough. He's not doing everything, but he's doing enough. That's what a champion is made of.
Yeah.
He knows not to take any unnecessary risks, not risk the car. This is just getting the job done, going to the final. And I think we are going to see the Conor Shanahan, Dwayne McKeever final we've all been hoping for a long, long time. Judges got to make it official.
All right, another 15 minutes.
Here we go. Paul McCarthy, Dwayne McKeever. Who's going to the final? And there you have it. Going to the final is Dwayne McKeever. Dwayne McKeever gets the win. It's McKeever and Shanahan in the final, but it's Conor Shanahan into the final of round one, and Paul McCarthy will battle it out with Mitch Larner, and that's going to be incredible.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be some battle alone, but listen, the final right now, we've been building this all day, and it's turned up that this is going to be the final that everyone's wanted. It's going to be an absolute spectacle as we see Dwayne McKeever take on Conor
This has been the
Shanahan.
most ridiculous top 16 I've ever had the pleasure of watching. We've had everything: crashes, door to door, dives, mechanical failures, get him back on track.
Crashes.
I mean,
a lot.
If you want to start a season right, we promised and we hype. We say it's going to be the greatest year of Irish drifting in the history of those 15 years. But you can build it all. But those guys have to perform on the track. And today, every single one of them put their heart and soul and car and money and life and friendships and relationships on the line to get to that final. And now we have two drivers in the final. Conor Shanahan, at 14 years of age, he would aim to be the youngest winner of an event ever, not an event, but a pro championship event ever. And I'm going to say ever in the history of the world. I'm going to go that far and say I don't think a 14-year-old has ever won a pro championship. And, you know, imagine the prospect. But Dwayne McKeever, he's also going for his own undefeated streak.
Yeah.
Couldn't be beaten in British. And just think about it. Finished first in BDC in qualifying, then won the event. So he's not been beaten by anybody, even in qualifying, if he beats Conor Shanahan in the final. What a statement for the first half of the year for Dwayne McKeever. After last year having so many mechanical issues, car actually exploded on the first round, couldn't get back into the fight. Now Jack Shannon's got to come from behind to try and get into the championship war this year, but his brother sits in the final. You can be guaranteed that Shanahan family are getting that car ready to rock and roll to send Conor out there for the final we all want to see.
Yeah, exactly. But we have a third and fourth place playoff first before we move to that, Dave, and that will be
Mitch Larner and Paul McCarthy, and a little sprinkle of rain coming down.
Again, a little sprinkle of rain, you know, just keeps popping up. We just see Mitch Larner making his way back to the start line now.
Yeah, Paul McCarthy will await him for the third and fourth place playoff. One of these guys will take a trophy home, one of them won't. We'll let you know at the end of the battle who's won it. McCarthy's ready. Now it looks like Larner's ready. And you know what? He's still giving away horsepower, Paul McCarthy. He even doubled his horsepower, and he still has 150 horsepower less. But Paul McCarthy's had the weekend of a lifetime. Usually we see him succeed in the rain when it's an advantage his way. Now he's in the dry. He looks like a contender for the championship for me.
Yeah,
he's certainly finishing in the top four at the end of the first round. Larner's finishing in the top four. The whole championship shook up here.
Yeah, massively. You know what? And these guys have deserved it. They've worked so hard this weekend for it. So Paul McCarthy sits on the line.
Yeah, Mitch Larner getting his tyres warmed, ready to go. And you can see Conor Shanahan heading up there for the final run of the day. So here we go, onto the start line. Look at this, Mitch Larner warming those tyres, making sure everything's 100%. I mean, that is a very tricky first corner. So from that perspective, you've got to say, you know, you've got to be ready.
Yeah.
You've got to be ready. You've done it all day, but Larner, did we see some engine gremlins with him on that last run? He didn't seem to have quite the power he had before.
No, it looked like he was really working the car to try and get it to do what he had to do. And look at Mitch Larner there.
Larner and McCarthy on the start line, ready to go. So it is going to be go time for third spot on the podium. Paul McCarthy has used his 5-minute rule in the top four, so he does not have a 5-minute rule remaining. It's going to work for him here, and it's going to work straight away. Look at Larner go.
Yeah, look at Larner.
Oh, McCarthy's got an issue. McCarthy has an issue, does not go into the first corner, and Larner does. And I think this is going to hand the win to Mitch Larner and take that third place on the podium.
Yeah, you could just see Paul McCarthy there pulling into the pits.
Yeah, he's going to the pits. But you know what? That makes this a victory run for Mitch Larner. He's deserved it today for the performance of his lifetime. He will take 3rd place on the podium. Paul McCarthy retires from competition. And as he comes in front of you, will you please grandstand on your feet for the Thunder from Down Under, Mitch Larner! Takes 3rd place on the podium. That means we're going straight to the final. We're going straight to the final. Judges make it official. Well, you know, writing on the wall there, Paul McCarthy did no drifting. So there you have it, 3rd place on the podium. Mitch Larner takes it, and 3rd place in the championship after round 1. We'll see him back for the podium celebrations in just a few moments' time, but now we go to the final run of the day. Conor Shanahan versus Dwayne McKeever. Grandstand, are you still with me? Tell you what we're going to do is the final run of the day. Everybody on their feet in the grandstand. Last 2 runs of the day. We want you to blow the roof off that place. 14 years of age, Link ECU on Westlake Tires against Tri-Ace Tires, Dwayne McKeever. Can we see the youngest ever winner of an IDC round? Will McKeever stay undefeated? They come over the hill for the second last time.
Whoa.
Look at Shanahan!
Look at Shanahan all the way inside Dwayne McKeever.
Oh! McKeever
Wow.
drops wheels!
McKeever drops wheels, Shanahan right with him. Shanahan pushing McKeever around Link ECU corner.
But Shanahan going for a big dive in front of the grandstand. And he's right there as McKeever pulls away, but McKeever dropping wheels heavy. Oh, what a first run. McKeever makes his first mistake of the day, dropping wheels off the circuit, and Shanahan put the pressure on. Look how close he was around Link ECU corner.
Look at this transition, Bam. Gets him absolutely perfect back on line. McKeever gets himself dialed back in, and look at Conor Shanahan. Pushes that car all the way to limit. Big transition through the smoke. Doesn't really make a big enough dive to get on the door through clipping point 8, but you know what? He is there with McKeever.
Well, now it's all down to one run. McKeever's got to do it here. He has got to absolutely nail Conor Shanahan, because Conor Shanahan said, and a 5-minute rule called? A 5-minute rule called? And Conor Shanahan sounds to be calling a 5-minute rule. Essentially, it did look like he was having some issues towards the end of the run. Couldn't get on the door of Dwayne McKeever's car quite like he wanted.
Yeah, I mean, listen, maybe an issue after they drop wheels, you know, maybe something not right with the back end of Conor Shanahan's car.
Well, we're going to see grandstand. Who's shouting for Dwayne McKeever? Who's shouting for Conor Shanahan? Well, it's pretty split in the grandstand.
It is very split.
Yeah, it's for me, what a start to the season. I'm exhausted right now. Yeah, it's an amazing start to the season. Just see here a replay of Mitch Larner from the 3rd place battle. As you can tell, Paul McCarthy retiring now. Here we go. Look at Conor Shanahan here. Look at this. McKeever washes wide, drops a wheel, 2 wheels off the circuit. Now look at this dive from Shanahan, and look at the proximity right here. Look at that, right on the rear quarter of Dwayne McKeever's car. But then Shanahan starts to lose a little bit of momentum. It's like the car.
Oh my God! Right, go back to the footage. Conor Shanahan de-beaded a tyre.
No.
At clipping point 3, and he still stayed
No.
on the door.
Can we watch that again?
Go back to the replay. Watch.
Can we watch that again?
He got. I just see it. I just see the tyre de-bead.
Let's go back and have another look at that.
If we can see that, that is insane.
Let's have a look. Watch the rear end of Conor Shanahan's car.
Right, Conor Shanahan. Look, they both
go
drop
off.
wheels, yeah.
Bang.
Conor Shanahan de-beads a tyre. Now,
Tyre off the rim.
watch the back of Conor Shanahan's car. It takes after clipping point 5 on the transition. You see it clearly.
So he right now only has one
So
tyre on the ground.
He has one tyre on the ground right now, and he is door to door with Dwayne McKeever as they come round Link ECU corner. Look at this, right?
Yeah.
On the transition after clipping point 5 is when it becomes. And watch this, Dave. On the transition.
Okay, I'm believing you in.
This is it. This
You
is
spotted it.
unbelievable.
So he's still in the game here.
Look, after the smoke, as he comes through the smoke.
He is not on one.
Bam.
He is. He's
One-
on the
one
rim.
Wheel.
He
What?
finishes the run
What?
on the rim.
What? That's why he couldn't get
Guys,
the front
round of applause for Conor Shanahan. Stayed in the fight with one tyre on the ground. Remember, he can take a 5-minute rule to put tyres on the car. I mean, what can this kid? He's still in the game, and he may even have an advantage. And he did the run with one tyre.
you're taking wheels off him now, Dave. He's 14 years old. You're taking wheels off.
Look at that, and Bagsy strapping him into the car. One of the other competitors from the UK, making sure Conor Shanahan is ready to go out there and take on Dwayne McKeever. Guys, round of applause for Steve Bagsy Biagioni from the UK, helping Conor Shanahan to get back out. Looks like Conor Shanahan's hyped up, and Jack Shanahan changing the wheel on the car. This is about everybody on that grid getting these boys to the start line. And there goes Conor Shanahan. Looks like he's ready to rock and roll. Door barely on the car. How many times it's been hit? Looks like they're good to go. Guys, big round of applause for the backroom team. Conor Shannon's coming back out here. Oh, it's the tension.
What is going
on? One more
now?
run, and you can see the sprints up to the start to see what's about to happen next. You can see Valerie Shanahan, Conor Shannon's mother, with her head in her hands. She's that nervous about what's happening next. As they go back, Dwayne McKeever asking the marshals to remove the bonnet from his car. He's suffering heat issues. It's all coming down to this.
Listen. Dwayne McKeever suffered problems before that stopped him winning a championship.
This is madness, Ian. This is absolute madness today. You don't. Is this not the best motorsport there's ever been? It never stops.
Ever.
And he comes up to the line, guys. It is going to be. He's warming tires on the way to the line. He wants to take this now. He's going right up to Dwayne McKeever and saying, I'm ready to rock and roll here.
Look at that.
I want to be the youngest winner of a championship round in the history of this sport. Dwayne McKeever says, hold on, sunshine. I'm a two-time champion. You got to go through me before you can beat me. And Dwayne McKeever's going to have to put in a hell of a chase run here. Conor Shannon got it done with one tire on the rim. They're ready to go. Grandstand, back on your feet. Last run of the day. Here we go. They're off the line. McKeever's gunning for him.
Oh.
They come in over there. Look at McKeever making the big dive through the first corner. And he's right there with Conor Shannon through the smoke. Oh! McKeever sticks it to the wheel.
Look at this from McKeever. Almost contact as they transition onto
and
the wall.
watch the dive from McKeever. Throws it to the wall. Right there with Conor Shannon across the line. Grandstand makes some noise. What a final. Honestly, what the hell is going on in IDC right now? Guys, I want every single person in that grandstand to make the biggest cheer you've ever made in 15 years for Dwayne McKeever and Conor Shanahan. What was that? Insane. Well,
unbelievable.
Ian, I'm going over to those judges and see if we've got a decision.
So as Dave makes his way over to the judges to see if we've got a decision, drivers out the car, looks like the judges have come to a conclusion. They do have a decision, so Dave will take that down. Dave will be down in front of the grandstand in 1 minute's time. I'm just going to say a massive thank you one more time to our sponsors, Link ECU, Mobile One, MixGarage.com, M-Tech Brakes, JDM Distro, Zestino Tyres, VP Racing Fuels, Brian James Trailers, Simpson Racing, Monster Energy, Group D and Samco Sport. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow, 9 AM, 2,000 tickets go on sale, idcnation.com website. Drift on the Docks 2, Dunleary for the final time. It is not to be missed. It is an unbelievable event. So as we get our guys down there, ready to get that podium up, ready to get that champagne sprayed, that M-Tech Brakes podium. So it looks like those guys are down there ready to get the podium ceremony underway. I'm going to hand over to Dave Egan. He is down there with the camera and the wireless mic. Dave, it's down to you. Let's hear it.
Thanks, Ian. Incredible. Is that not the craziest IDC event we've ever seen, guys? Give them a huge round of applause. Very tense moments right now. Before we announce our winner, I would like to give one of the biggest cheers we've ever had for a man that travels all the way across the world to be here to entertain you. And this cheer is well deserved because he almost stole the show today. Give it up for third place, the Thunder from Down Under, Mitch Lerner. And we have a decision on our final night. Before we give it out, these guys represent us across the world on how good they are. Can we get a huge round of applause for Dwayne McKeever and Connor Shannon? What a performance. But I can announce that taking second position on the MTech Breaks podium is Connor Shannon! And remaining undefeated this year, give it up for the Northern Smoke Machine, Dwayne McKeever! We will see you for round 2 of the Link Engine Management Irish Drift Championship in Dunleary. Just 2,000 tickets on sale tomorrow at 9 a.m. Give it up once again for third place, Mitch Lerner. Second, Connor Shannon. Your winner, Dwayne McKeever. From me, from Ian, from all the guys in the tower, from everybody at IDC, thanks for tuning in. What an incredible day. Maybe even the greatest day we've ever had. Until round 2, from me signing out. Guys, once again, give it up for Mitch, Connor, and your winner, Dwayne McKeever.
We are Funk Motorsport, your heat management specialists. Based in the UK, we strive for perfection, developing thermal products trusted by professional race teams and drivers worldwide. Performance, protection, reliability.
Want to save money on car parts and accessories? Then visit mixgarage.com, Ireland's #1 retailer for all things motoring. Simply enter your reg, and away you go. Repair parts, car care and tools, travel accessories and service parts. All the great brands at great prices. Mixgarage.com. Shop online now.
Mobil 1 is one oil, and unlike any other, it combines multiple lubricant properties into one oil. It transforms at the molecular level. In low temperatures, it pumps up quickly to lubricate. In high temperatures, it provides outstanding protection. In harsh conditions, it adapts continuously, keeping your engine running like new. Mobil 1 lets you drive further than ever before. That's your engine evolved. Mobil 1. Energy lives here.
This is my world. Oh, you took the wrong turn. Now you're stuck in my world. Trust me, this is gonna hurt. Now I've been watching burn. This is my world. This is my world. Oh, you took the wrong turn. Now you're stuck in my world. Trust me, this is gonna hurt. Now I've been watching burn. This is my world.
There's a reason that half the paddock, if not more here, runs Samco hose, and that's that nobody wants to be let down by a split water hose or a split boost hose. And with Samco, there's nothing to worry about.
With using these hoses, we get the reliability, they never burst, we can just rely on them, and that's all we need.
Half of the grid are running Samco hoses in their cars, and there's a reason for that. They're the best in the business.
I'm so happy to be running Samco hoses now, because in the past we have run other manufacturers' hoses and we have had the intercooler pipes collapsing, which obviously when you're under massive pressure on track, you have to be fully supportive and reliant on your hoses.
So a lot of people ask us over the years, you know, what hoses you run. Personally, I can't think of anything better than Samco. They do what they say on the tin, they work, they don't come loose, they don't fail on you, they don't pop. You can't beat Samco.
I've chosen to use VP Racing fuel since I was a teenager racing motocross, which was 21 years ago now.
I've been using VP Racing fuel for years, basically ever since I built my first race car, and you want to get that consistent fuel, it was VP through and through.
Absolutely,
right from the beginning.
that's the brand. Yeah, I've been using VP probably since I was 10 years old racing dirt bikes. There's so many different VP Racing fuels to choose from. One of the best go-tos is definitely C16.
So we use C16 in our Formula Drift cars.
I run C16 in all my cars outside of this one here. The 2 race cars here at the track, we run the C85.
And my supercharged Coyote-powered Mustang that's over in Europe, we use MS-109.
In a Ferrari car, I actually run MS-109.
VP has been making racing fuel for 43 years. They're the official fuel of multiple top series globally. No matter where we are in the world, no matter what fuel we need, it's always consistent, it's always perfect and exactly what we're expecting and our tuners expecting. They support myself, my Drift Alliance bros, and for that, I'm extremely thankful. Keep making amazing fuels, and we'll keep out there having fun.